Oh, is it the camera mics?
Right. All right, this is CampusNation.com, the sports animal, and we are live tonight from Columbus, Ohio. Dublin, Jerome, Celtic Stadium here, football stadium, beautiful, beautiful stadium, great facility, and we are just happy to be here. Also tonight, we've got Patrick Yen on camera. He'll be on the 50-yard line down on the track. And Derek Robinson's going to be our play-by-play in the booth tonight. Derek, welcome.
Rick Phillips, thanks for having me.
How are
I
you?
appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm very well. How are you?
Good, good. And you've studied up on, I guess, these teams. You got at least some idea, particularly the Chiefs, because there's a lot of information out there for them. But what's your impressions as far as in your studies that you've been doing here?
Well, the first thing that stands out to me with the Cincinnati Chiefs is their leader and their legend quarterback, Antonio Davis. AD is how they call him.
Right,
He's a standout. Despite his age, he comes out, he gets it done. He's poised in the pocket. He's looking for receivers, and the receivers make plays. And the defense, that's what I studied most of all. I'm a defensive guy, Rick.
Right.
And the defense stands out. They have ball-hawking safeties. They have a corner. They have linebackers. They get to the passer. It's going to be a good game tonight coming up against here.
One of the things that we've always said about the Chiefs is that when it comes to defense, they will let you run wild between the 20s. But you get in the red zone, and all of a sudden they just turn it up 1, 2, 3 notches. And it's very difficult to put it in the end zone against these Chiefs when their defense stiffens. So that'll be of interest as well. Now, of course, both these teams are undefeated.
Yes.
So this is going to be a battle of the undefeateds. We've had a couple of those involving the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been victorious in both cases, but tonight we will see whether they can prevail. Obviously, they're on the road tonight, so this is a little different situation as far as their last game against Marion County when the lights went out in Georgia, so to speak. They were victorious, but they were on their home turf. So we'll see tonight being an away team tonight. And traveling from Cincinnati to Columbus, probably 120 miles, I would say, for them to make the trek down here. We'll see if they're able to prevail or whether we'll have Gladiators, being the undefeated team in the BCFL.
Yeah, so what they want to do is they want to see if the defense can travel, Rick. If the defense can travel here on the road and prevail, like you mentioned, they'll move on, of course, be 4-0. But someone's got to lose tonight. Someone's got to lose.
Yeah, it's not going to be a tie. We know that for sure.
Now, the Columbus Gladiators come into the game, like you said, 3-0. They've got a pretty good momentum going right now, and I would say that they're maybe a home dog. We got a little home dog action going on tonight. What do you think?
And I would say, too, that no one that plays these Chiefs is coming in with their eyes closed. They are aware of the fact of the Chiefs and what they've done over the past several seasons, and so they're not going to come in here just thinking, well, this is just another team that we're playing. So I think that, we will see a battle of the unbeatens, and hopefully it will be a competitive battle. We'd like to see that. We're about 9.5 minutes away from the start of this game with the kickoff, and we're going to take a break here. We will be right back after a short pause.
I was born in the Dominican Republic. I came here to the U.S. when I was 3 years old. In my culture, and I say this as a joke, but it's a reality, you either choose music or you choose baseball. I didn't get a baseball bat, I got a guitar.
I'm an occupational therapist, primarily working in the geriatric population. I start really early at 7 a.m. I usually see patients on the hour every hour. It could be something as simple as lifting their hand to drink from a cup after a stroke or buttoning their shirt when their hand hasn't been working. We try to help others of all ages of life.
My love of music started when I would listen to my sister blasting the radio. She first played a song, and it was a rock song. That's what I connected with. And that's what actually made me who I am today.
This one's gotta go underneath. My brother Matthew has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Your muscles, little by little, just lose their strength, and his kind of started from the feet up. He's my role model for sure. He's just like my little buddy. He's definitely inspired me to go into the career that I did. I want to be able to help people live their lives to the best of their abilities.
We write songs about empowering people, and a lot of those great ideas that we've had have actually happened at McDonald's.
This has kind of always been like my go-to workspace. You could say like a home away from home.
Along my journey, I realized that I could help other people. Whether it just be playing some music or dancing, I always wanted to share that with people.
Give me a little clap right here. Hey.
When the opportunity to work with seniors came around, I really found my purpose.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Eso, right here.
I often feel like seniors are like forgotten in our society. Even if you're 99, you still have a lot of life to live. It's really rewarding to be able to help someone even in a small way.
Success for me is about finding what makes you happy and then just sharing it with the world.
My personal motto is make every day count. Each day is truly a blessing. It's all those little things you can't take for granted.
All right, we're live. We're back. We are in Columbus, Ohio. The high school is Dublin, Jerome. And we are getting ready for kickoff here in about 6.5 minutes. But we want to go over some stats and some information that we have. As far as the East Conference Columbus Gladiators, they are 3-0. The Southern Ohio Blaze are 2-0. The Marion County Crusaders are 2-1. The Butler County Broncos are 2-1. And the Dayton Hornets are 0-3. In the West Conference, the Cincinnati Chiefs are 3-0. The Cincinnati Dukes are 1-2. The Kings Comets are 0-3. And the Tri-State Saints are 0-3. And in this Week 4 game match, the Kings Comets, they're on a bye week. The Dayton Hornets are at the Tri-State Saints. The Butler County Broncos are at the Cincinnati Dukes. The Southern Ohio Blaze are at the Marion County Crusaders. And your Cincinnati Chiefs and Columbus Gladiators battle here, each 3-3 for our game of the week here on Campus Nation. And I would say that as far as the weather, we aren't expecting any kind of rain and no sprinkles or anything like that. It is overcast. It's been overcast, I expect, most of the morning. We had an event up at Cowan Lake just outside Wilmington, Ohio, and it was actually raining on and off there. But here in Columbus, we are expecting, at least with the overcast, we're expecting no drops of water. So this should be a pretty clean game as far as not letting Mother Nature interfere with it. There's a little wind, though.
Yeah, and for any viewers out there, you might be wondering if that's going to slow down this passing attack of the Columbus or of Columbus and Cincinnati. And I would say, Rick, to that, no. It will not slow this down. I've seen this team on plenty of tape, and Cincinnati is going to air it out. And when they need to slow the ball, run the ball, they will do that as well.
Yeah, and I think that what they have done in the past is if they, depending on the team they play, obviously, they have the ability to run the ball, and they've got some runners. But Antonio Davis, he doesn't need any introduction. He obviously, as you say, and you said earlier, he's very poised, doesn't get shaken at all, and he will stay in the pocket. He's not afraid of taking a hit. So he will stay in the pocket as long as he has to complete a pass or to make a play. And he's got wide receivers, once again, that, they can make those plays as well. So we not seeing the Gladiators before. We hope to have a good contest here, and it looks like everybody's sort of chomping at the bit, wanting to get started here with about 4 minutes to go. But while we're at it, I want to talk about our sponsor, one of our sponsors, and that's the Eisen Family McDonald's. They've been family-owned and operated since 1994. Whether you're looking for a part-time job or you're looking to start a career, the Eisen family, they're hiring. The Eisen Family McDonald's not only work around your schedule, they offer world-class training, high school completion courses, college tuition, gym membership, paid time off, and more. You'll want to look them up on Facebook. That's Eisen Fam, or apply online at eisenfamilymcd.com.
You know, Rick, speaking of shout-outs, I would like to give a quick shout-out. Shout-out to the OMS Columbus, how I got here, and Patrick as well. We just want to say a quick hello and a thank you for allowing us to do this. And then also to Sydney.
Sydney Alexis here. She does our graphics, and
Absolutely.
she does takes care of the commercials. And basically, she runs the show because she keeps everything organized for me.
Oh,
And
thank you.
without a doubt, I get discombobulated. You know, I'm so old.
Discombobulated.
That's right.
So discombobulated you can't say it.
That's right. So and so she keeps me on my toes. And
Bless her heart.
So anyway, we thank all the participants tonight and all the helpers and all the people that are working with Campus Nation to bring you this broadcast. And I'm sure that the fans out there that are watching the broadcast, they appreciate it as well. And if you do, just make sure you visit your local McDonald's or any of the other fine advertisers that we have here that support our sports. Yeah, so we're going to take another break here. We will be right back, and we will be back with Kickoff here.
And way too much money for your game video? Zoom has all the tools you need to analyze and exchange game video like the pros. We've been working with officials for years now, and due to our successful growth, I'd like to announce our new video analysis program for elite level football coaches. Hi, I'm Andy with Zoom, and while other companies have been raising prices, we've been creating a better solution for less money. Our elite video analysis tools are priced far below our competition's, ranging from $500 to $600 per team, depending on the size of your league, all the way down to $400 for coaches-only access. But just because the price is low doesn't mean you lose all of the great features that you've come to expect. You can draw on the screen, tag, clip plays, add voiceovers, and you can even create training and quizzing modules, all while tracking who is and who is not watching. Remember, at Zoom, we don't prepare you for the competition, we make you the competition.
All right, we're back. We're live, and we are ready for the coin flip. We have the captains that are down on the 50-yard line. Our zebras are filling in all the information that they need to know in order to have a good, clean game here. And Antonio Davis, what is he sporting down there? He's got an unusual outfit on, or
We
what
got
is
a
it?
close up on that. Now.
Yeah, I can.
No, I already got it up.
Yeah, okay.
It is an interesting outfit.
Yeah, is that special Under Armour top, or what has he got on there? Or is that to keep the circulation flowing, as old as AD is?
I don't know, guys, but I think that's what the kids call sharp.
Yeah, he is styling, isn't he? Well, everybody's giving hugs and kisses until the actual blowing of the whistle, and we have the kickoff here. There hasn't been any signal yet, so I don't know whether they've even tossed a coin yet. This is really the first time that we've done, obviously, a Columbus game and been in a stadium where the team that we're not familiar with is the home team, and the team that we're more familiar with is the away team and across the field there. But I still don't have any indication who won a coin toss. Did you see anything?
No, I did not.
All right. Well, they'll have to indicate it before
they'll let us
get
know.
the game. Yeah. And really, time has run out. So as far as the pre-time, so I think that we've got a game that will be starting here any second.
Yeah, this is the inaugural debut of the of Columbus Gladiators, along with myself. I'm a Columbus native, and I mean, you're primarily down south. Or you follow the.
We're all
Chiefs,
over the state. We're all over the tri-state
Where do you
area.
hail from?
But I'm from Wilmington. Sydney's from Wilmington.
Okay.
We have our studios in Jeffersonville, which is in Fayette County, Washington Courthouse, for people that might be familiar with that area. And we're just south, probably about 25 miles south of the southernmost Columbus suburb of Grove City. So we're not far down Interstate 71, and we're right off the interstate. So still haven't gotten any indication yet. I don't know that the officials are actually one's on a cell phone, so I don't know what they're talking. But 15 minutes are on the
He's
scoreboard.
trying to figure out what he's going to have for dinner, but I can recommend the Ison Family McDonald's.
He might have left the garage door open.
I don't know. They've got those apps now. You can close garage doors, turn down the heat, whatever. Yeah. Looks like everybody, as far as players, they're chomping at the bit. They're ready to go. So I don't know about the
Well, Columbus is definitely ready to go, and Cincinnati is definitely looking as if they're ready to go.
Yeah,
and here comes the team now.
They came out of huddle on the sideline, so I'm assuming that they're probably and we have concluded, and maybe we're wrong, East-West Stadium? North-South? Oh, so it is North-South. Okay. Well, my compass on my phone is wrong. You can't trust these smartphones.
You're not Lewis and Clark either, so.
That's true. I'm not Lewis or Clark.
Well, I'm just excited. This is a June football game. It's not mini camp. It's not a spring game. There's contact. There's going to be some hard hitting. And it's June. I'm just happy about that.
Now, I like these Gladiators unis here. Now, they've got sort of a silver, and it almost looks like there's some, I don't know, is there any purple in that, or is it just silver? They got black and, well, I guess there's a couple different colors that I can see there. They're
yeah, you don't have synchronized pants out there.
No, the jerseys are white, and they look like, at least they've got good numbering as far as being able to pick the numbers out.
They're easy to read.
Yeah, we know who's who.
That's right. And the Chiefs are in their, they've got, I guess you could say, a gold in their uniforms, and jerseys are red with gold trim, and their helmets are gold. But anyway, we're getting ready to get underway here, and it looks like the Chiefs are going to kick off. So they're kicking from north. They're going south. The Gladiators are going to be going south to north as they start the first drive.
The Chiefs get you in the minds of the 49ers a little bit there.
They do, yeah.
We've got 3 and 7 back there to receive the kick. Looks like James Fields and Sean Noble.
So Noble and Fields back to receive the kick. And still some question about trying to get things straight, I guess, as far as the kickoff here. Looks like David Poole, the head coach of the Chiefs, kind of strutting out there on the field here. He's going to make sure that they've got everything right. What's he got, a backpack on? He's got some extra McDonald's in that backpack. I'll bet you the amount of money.
Right.
If he called the Ison family, they'd hook him up.
It is a little windy, so we may have to have this have another player hold the football so it can be kicked off.
Columbus Gladiators looking to get some good field position right out the gate.
Yeah, now they are kicking off from the 35, and they will be kicking. I can't, as far as the flag is dead, so we're not seeing any wind, at least at the height of the flag, very little to speak of, but we're getting a little wind that comes in the windows here at the press box.
But also, for those who are not familiar with this high school, this press box is pretty high up, so
yeah, this is one of the higher press boxes, at least high school. I think Atrium Stadium at Mason High School in Cincinnati, they've got more of a college stadium.
I'm overcoming my fears tonight.
There you go. You're up high, right?
I'm overcoming my fears.
College stadiums are typically higher, but this is one of the higher high school press boxes that we've been in.
The anticipation is growing. I know I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, I knew you were excited from some of the text messages that you were sending Sydney. She
goodness.
said you were all fired up.
Eager beaver. I'm so glad to be here. Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mom. How are you? All right, so once again, I don't know what the holdup is.
I'm going to get a false start on myself just waiting for this game.
Lots of banter going back and forth. Players are growing.
Yeah, there's
a little
11 players on each side. Yeah, I don't. One of the Chiefs doesn't even have his helmet on yet.
Looks like the referee's about to kick off.
Cincinnati's got tons of swag out there, though.
They do, don't they?
Just from being up here in the press box, they haven't even moved an inch, and you can just tell they're dripping with all kind of confidence. And I give them the edge in this game. You know, with the scheduling, what they played on the Memorial Day 2 weeks ago, the Marion County team. I just feel as though that they have all the things working right now for them. And let's see if Columbus can slow them down.
And I think that'll be the key. The key will be just how fast Columbus might be. If they could take this ball down the field and score a touchdown right off the bat, put the pressure back on the Chiefs, then that would be, what I would say would have a lot to do with how the outcome might be. If the Chiefs stop them, down in the red zone or even before that, if they get a turnover, the Chiefs are notorious for getting those turnovers, getting those interceptions, causing fumbles. So
maybe a little player profile while we got a little time here. I know we've got Vinny Harris on the Cincinnati Chiefs defensive line. He comes into tonight's game with high momentum and a lot of sacks going through on the last game that he's played. He's been a couple of quarterback rushes. You've also got Sergio Freeman, number 3. He's a cornerback, if I'm not mistaken, from the for the Chiefs, Cincinnati Chiefs, and he's got 2 interceptions so far this season. And you also want to look at the offensive side. We already talked about AD, but you also have a running back in Nelson who is coming into the game tonight, leading the league in rushing yards. He has yet to pay dirt.
And isn't that interesting?
I think I'm going to put my prediction out there tonight that he's going to pay dirt at least one time tonight.
At least once.
At least once. And then you've got also P.J. Jones, if I'm not mistaken, Paul Jones. Paul Jones is number 10. He's a wide receiver. We were debating earlier whether or not he plays 2 ways. We're going to see tonight if he is going to play on the defensive end. But watch out for him. He's a go-to target for AD in the passing game. He also can get around on jet sweeps as well. So he'll run their version of that. Be mindful of that, Columbus, when you're coming through watching this Cincinnati team tonight.
All right, so we are ready for kickoff now. Now, if they can just keep the ball on the tee. All right, waiting for the whistle. There we go.
Looks like Fields is going to bring the ball up to the 30. And that's where they're going to start to drive out tonight. Columbus is going to come out in their offense. And we'll see what this Chiefs defense is going to do. I expect that they'll have a bend, don't break, like we mentioned, Rick, type of defense. And it'll be interesting to see how offense for Columbus comes out tonight.
Yeah, and once again, not being familiar with Columbus, I don't know whether they're primarily a running team or a passing team.
Well, with 1st and 10, we'll see what kind of personnel they come out here with. I know the defense here is going to come with the 4-3 look, traditional look, safety high. And that safety high is Richard Ellery, ball hawker. For all the viewers out there, number 20, right at midfield. He's a good player. It's 1st and 10. They come out with two receivers up top, receiver at the bottom of the screen, a receiver in motion in the slot, and a halfback to the right. Quarterback stands back in the pocket. He rolls out. He's looking to throw. He's got a man open. He's got about a 16-yard gain there for a 1st down.
Nice pass.
Very nice pass there.
And the man was wide open, so
that was very smooth.
He sort of came in underneath. The defense fell back for the Chiefs, and he slipped in underneath the defense.
So we're looking at Josh Valentine as the QB signal caller here for Columbus Gladiators. And like Rick and I said, we're not too familiar with the personnel. So it looks like Josh Valentine, number 12, is not the quarterback. Number 1 is the quarterback, Donald Douglas.
Douglas at quarterback. Chiefs, they brought quite a few players on their trip up here to Columbus. Another pass.
He steps up in the pocket once again, looking for a man downfield. Didn't have anyone. It's an incomplete pass. Brings up 2nd and 10. Now, number 4 is listed on here as the quarterback, and looks like that's James Benefuti. Now, I'm not pronouncing that right. I know I need help with that. James Benefuti?
I would say that's how you pronounce it.
Well, let's go with Benefuti for now until we get corrected on that. He comes out 1 for 2 on the drive. This is 2nd and 10. And they seem to come out with 4 wide receivers in their sets. They're more comfortable like that. Halfback to the left of the quarterback on his hip. 12's in motion. That's Josh Valentine. And there's a toss to the left. Running back doesn't get much. He
Gonna
actually
lose
loses
yards.
yards.
Yeah, gonna lose about 4 yards, it looks like.
That's the defense. Looks like 14's in there with the stop. Stephen Yarborough. I believe he has a brother on the team. Name's Devin. Plays running back. Got a little brother relationship here.
So we got a
Family
3rd and
affair.
14 now on this play.
Yeah, 3rd and 14.
Or no, they've actually looks like they've shortened it down to maybe 1, 2, 3, 3rd and 13.
Yeah, 13:28 left to go here. Just got underway. Opening drive. We've got Benefuti in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set. Running back on his hip to the right. Stands confidently in the pocket. Scrambling out to his left. There's a flag down. This play is coming back.
Holding more than likely.
Nice defensive play by Richard Ellery. Featured player in our pregame profile. Breaks up the pass. We'll see what the flag is.
Holding. Oh, face mask.
Oh, you had it right. It was holding. They declined it. Be 4th down. It's hard to spot the ref. He doesn't have the white hat on. He's got the black hat.
Yeah,
looking like
they've
everyone
all.
else.
Yeah, that.
I see you out there.
He may have forgotten his hat at home. Is that? Anyway.
So that brings up 4th down. And this looks like punting situation. Get your personnel lined up out there, Columbus Gladiators, making sure they got everybody in place.
Okay.
The Chiefs send back Dre Reap to receive the punt. He's going to let it roll out of bounds around the 15.
Nice punt.
And let's see what Cincinnati Chiefs have up their sleeve on their first drive. Defense bend, don't break, as we mentioned.
Well, we've seen from the Gladiators thus far in their first drive that it was basically a passing drive. Didn't make much effort other than the scrambling of the quarterback to do any running. They did try that little pitch out and lost yards. So I would imagine at this point they may try something else in their second drive. The Chiefs, we know what they're going to do. More than likely, they're going to come out firing the ball.
Yeah, they will. And like I said, that defense, Vinny Harris on the front end, they're not having the run. They've been stellar against the run through 3 games thus far. And we can't speak enough of how great that defense has played. And that will not be the last time we mention them on this broadcast tonight, I can assure you that. As we mentioned, the legendary quarterback is going to break the huddle, AD, Antonio Davis. Don't let his age fool you. He gets out of the pocket if he needs to.
He is. He's very mobile.
Extremely mobile, and he is not shy with the arm. He has arm talent, and it is oozing. 1st and 10. Looks like this is going to start at 20. Set back in the pocket, and he aired it out first play. This man wasn't
Incomplete.
able to pull down the pass, but as you can see, that
They're
arm
not afraid, is he?
is not hurt.
But we have a player
man
that might
down.
be injured.
Yeah, he's
Number
shaking
84. Got a arm injury there.
84 is ushering. Hopefully he shakes it off.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. He had to go up for the pass, so he left his feet to go up for the pass, and it appeared that maybe he was trying to make a one-handed catch. So he may have twisted his, maybe he has a wrist that's twisted. Right now he's in a little bit of pain, it appears.
So
Let's go ahead and take we'll take a quick break. live. We are from the home of the Celtics. This is Dublin, Jerome in Dublin, Ohio. Columbus, as a lot of people might understand, as far as the capital of the state of Ohio here. And Sydney, you being from most recently Florida, now moving here to Ohio, you've been up to Columbus. In fact, you've got a friend that's up here, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we might even be visiting her later, right?
Hi, Kate, if you're listening.
All right. So AD is ready. He's back. Looks like they've got 3 out wide to the left and 1 to the right.
Looking for his target. He's got his target about 5 yards there on the catch. A little pitch and catch with his wide receiver out there. Dre Reap. Dre Reap's athletic as well. Good hands, nice speed.
Well, that was a nice pickup. That was a pickup, looks like of 6. So they're going to have a 3rd and 4?
3rd and 4. You come out, maybe get something quick to the back or maybe a comeback. But they're in that traditional set that they love. 2 twins, top and the bottom. Halfback on the quarterback's left hip. And there's that quick hitter I was referring to for the 6-yard, 7-yard gain. 11:57. The ensuing drive for Cincinnati Chiefs. Quarterback Antonio Davis orchestrating the offense. And Columbus Gladiators are looking to slow up the momentum here in the early goings.
Yeah, AD's got a quick release, but he will also, as we've said before, he'll stay back in that pocket if he has to, and he's not fearful of taking a hit. So he will stay there till the last minute to release the ball if he has to. But he got that one out fast, and it results in a first down. So it is a 1st and 10 from the, looks like about the 33-yard line.
Now, in that Memorial Day game, he hit 7 different receivers, 5 of those being wide receivers.
He spreads it around.
Yeah, he is not shy.
Very difficult to defense when he's got so many weapons like that.
On the first down.
Didn't even see it.
Yeah, on the first down pass, running back didn't get a chance to get his head around. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Excuse me.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens here on 2nd and 10. Maybe trying to deceive the defense slightly here with the run. They haven't had too many opportunities with the run. We'll see what happens here. 2nd and 10, 11:14 to go here in the first quarter still at the Jerome Celtic Stadium here in Columbus, Ohio. Cincinnati Chiefs and the Columbus Gladiators, no score. 2nd and 10, and there's a run up the middle. Short gain. Looking to deceive the defense and throw them off.
Got to keep them honest, right?
Keep them honest.
Yeah,
got
to keep them honest. So you're going to try, and you never know. Some of those little short, quick ones like that could end up being a touchdown. You break someone loose, but looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 8? 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. The ball's on the 35. And you definitely want to, get the first down. You don't want to put yourself in a 4th and short. But if you can get 8.
Where they are, I'll be honest with you, they would probably go for it.
Yes,
even if they were in a 4th and 2 or something like that, they'd go for it.
There's their traditional bread and butter set. Halfback to the left hip of the quarterback. And there's a snap. There's pressure on the left side. But that doesn't get in the way of AD. He gets to his receiver, Dre Reap, once again for the first down and keep them chains moving. Orchestrating the offense. No one's going to take him off his rhythm. He gets to his spot.
Yeah, his receiver knows, he's gonna get out there and get beyond that first down marker, and so that if he gets the ball thrown to him, he's going to have that first down.
I've seen him get really familiar with Dre Reap right off the bat. So anytime he catches the ball, we know what it is. Number 1 is going to be targeted a lot tonight. And he's working that secondary up and down the field.
Right now he's throwing relatively short passes, so don't be surprised if all of a sudden he wants to air this out. He will put you to sleep with these short passes, and then all of a sudden it's down the field.
try to hit something here with the
Loss.
running game once again. And that's not working. That's Tyrone Armstrong on the carry, trying to get the running game going. Columbus Gladiators is not having anything on the ground right now.
So loss of, 2 or 3? 3.
Yeah, it's second and
Second
11.
11.
May want to get ourselves familiar with these front seven of Columbus Gladiators here. They're starting to show improve in the run game. We'll see what happens here when it comes to a passing down. They've got a single high safety up top. And it seems as though they've got a nickel package here. There's the snap over the middle.
Whoa.
And there's a breaking up of a pass. There's a late
It's a penalty.
flag.
I think it was a hit to the head that probably drew that penalty there. That'll probably be 15 yards and a first down, I would imagine.
Yeah, to the disgruntlement of the defense. Can't give gifts. It's only June.
So as we said, 15-yard penalty, first down for the Chiefs. Going to end up at the 42 and a half, 43.
And they're going inside of Columbus Gladiators territory.
Yeah, that was a bad mistake because obviously you gave them 15 yards when really you basically at least kept them slowed down.
Well, tough luck trying to slow down this offense. This offense is loaded.
So we've got something going on here. Oh, okay. So we've got one of the Chiefs over.
Sounds like an emergency vehicle.
Yeah, but I don't think that's. I doubt that it's coming here. But there is a.
I see.
There's a conference going on here at the. On the sideline on the 50. Not really sure what the discussion is, but head coach of the Gladiators talking, and now David Poole, he's coming out to see what the discussion was about. So it looks like we're walking back. So I don't know whether
they're picking up the flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The chains have not moved, but the teams look like they're. Well, the ball's going back.
And so is his backpack.
Well, as it is, first and 10, 49-yard line of the Columbus Gladiators. Antonio Davis has the offense in the shotgun. He's looking to pass. Steps up in the pocket.
Nice
He's got a man
pass.
wide open.
Ooh,
Look at this.
He
that was
breaks the tackle,
smooth.
makes one man miss.
Like butter. Here's a replay.
Yeah, that was a great pass. He was
nice.
wide open. You're seeing the replay now.
Very nice.
Very nice. Number 82 on the reception. There's been a picking up of a flag.
Right. There was a flag that was thrown. Actually, two flags that were thrown, but then they picked it up. So we're on the 20-yard line.
Greg Ushery on the catch.
Ready to get into that red zone there.
You know, Chiefs love to be in that red zone.
Yeah, they visit it frequently in these games, but they don't let their opponents visit them very often.
Oh, he's got the Columbus Gladiators defense on their heels, and they're looking to try to make a stand here.
Yeah, watch these corners because he likes to usually go to a corner, especially when he's out this far and he's got an opportunity to.
Yeah, and there it is.
There's the corner.
Ooh.
Overshot him. Rick, I think you got a future in your play calling. I don't know who's watching this, but you got a guy over here.
Well, we've seen the Chiefs so much.
We may have been to a game or two.
Right, and like I said, I've worked with Antonio Davis. I kind of know a little bit of his mindset and what he looks for. But obviously, the Gladiators probably have seen a few of these films that we've done on the Chiefs, and so they had an idea that.
And that's the thing. There's no tape on the Gladiators, so they may be coming in with their own
They
mindset.
definitely have the advantage from that standpoint. Yeah. There is no video that we have.
At least
of
not
them.
from us. So.
Playing coy. This is 2nd and 10. The 25-yard line. AD setting back in the pocket. His receiver fell down, but he gets up and makes the catch regardless.
Oh, dropped it.
And then he fumbles.
And there have been no whistles.
There hasn't been a whistle. And that was a very awkward exchange and a very weird play. But it comes up to be a turnover for the Columbus Gladiators.
We're seeing a little replay of the fumble right now.
That is uplifting. Let's take a look at that replay.
It's going through.
That's our first big play of the game this evening.
Yeah, and once again, usually the Chiefs are the ones that take advantage of a lot of these mistakes. That's very unusual for the Chiefs to commit that mistake and turn the ball over. But Gladiators definitely would be happy to have it. So they're going to start at, about the 34-yard line, 34? Wow. Yeah, 1st and 10 on the 34.
Great play right there by the Columbus Gladiators defense, stepping up and getting some momentum back, getting their quarterback the ball, and see if this offense can get to work. Receivers in motion.
I would like to note there is a paramedic walking onto the field.
There's a cutback to the right.
On the sideline.
Running back loses his footing.
And the ambulance is pulling up.
Yeah, they're probably taking a look at the injury of the receiver that got hurt out here.
Taking the injured player out.
Yeah, we wish them all the best. Definitely want to be heard. You got another guy down. Looks like that's the running back for Columbus Gladiators, who just picked up a nice short gain. And that.
Well, if you got to get injured, I guess it's convenient that you do that when the paramedics are here. And we're not trying to make light of his injury. We hope that.
We do wish you a speedy recovery.
Yeah, he'll should hop up here real soon. Doesn't look too serious, but he is in pain. Got his players taking a knee.
All right, let's go take a break here while we've got this injury timeout. This is CampusNation.com, the Internet Sports Authority.
Fries for 316, please. Thank you.
David, what's going on?
Oh, hey.
That's it?
Yeah. Everybody, 2 seconds.
Dear Sebastian, after careful consideration of your application, it is with great pleasure that we offer our congratulations on your acceptance.
Through the Tuition Assistance Program, every day, McDonald's helps more people go to college. It's part of our commitment to being America's best first job.
All right, we're back. We're live. Injured Gladiator. He's sort of limping off the field, but he is doing it under his own power.
Which is good to see.
Yeah, not having to be supported by any of his teammates, so he'll probably get back to the sideline, shake it off, and be good to go.
I would love to have an update for you. It looks like the running back that has been injured, his jersey number
26?
might be 26.
26, yeah.
It's Adrian Barrett. That's correct.
So we've got a 2nd and 5 from the 39-yard line of the Gladiators. And I think that the Chiefs player will probably be removed by Gurney, and they'll check him out. Just the way that he was holding his wrist in that, I thought, you never know as far as he may have strained or broke something.
We've got 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Columbus Gladiators looking to strike first. And we've got some motion.
Touch. You got a touch.
Down at the bottom of the screen.
Number 5 for the Gladiators. Looks like he might have moved. Number 1. That's not...
Is that a false start?
No, that was considered encroachment, I guess. So the penalty goes against the Chiefs.
Plus
once again,
5 for the
kind of unusual. They are their own worst enemy right now. But Columbus certainly doesn't mind. Those are easy yards. You don't have to have anyone hitting anyone.
That brings to a 1st and 10.
This from the 44-yard line. We got a pass play here.
Just trying to find a man open. There's no one really downfield, so he's just going to take off.
And it's a good run.
And he's going. And he's moving out.
And he gets down almost to the 30, to the 32. And that's a nice run. There was no one downfield that he could really get the ball to in that quick of a time. And he was able to take off, scramble out the pocket, and pick up a nice gain. Most importantly, pick up the 1st down.
Columbus going hurry up here. They've already got set, ready to...
Well, it seems to me the quicker they set and get it going again, they don't have time to think about what they're going to do.
Well, it doesn't allow the Chiefs to substitute, so they're trying to keep them off their toes, so they're not... Nice pass.
Hits another receiver. Inside the 30. Pickup of about 4.
We've got a Chief down. So we've got a timeout here. We will be back after this message, and hopefully we'll attend to this Chief that's down on the ground here. You're listening to Campus Nation.
Seeing McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu.
Can I have a they never feed you at those things meal, please? I'm starving. Please be candy. Please be candy. Earrings. Darn it.
So you said 5 cheeseburgers and 5 McChicken for $1 each?
Yes, exactly. Thanks. I'm back. Okay, what did I miss?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, figures.
Thanks.
Build whatever meal you want with favorites on McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu.
All right, we're back. We're back live from Dublin, Ohio, home of the Dublin Jerome Celtics. We're on their field here. It's the home field for tonight's Gladiators-Chiefs matchup, Gladiators being the home team. And right now they're in a good drive.
Yeah, they're in a good groove. The offense is moving. They've got trips to the right. Single receiver down at the bottom of the screen. Brings the receiver in motion to the bottom. Looks to hand the ball off and does. Running back makes
nice cut.
Several moves, and he gets out of bounds at around the 21-yard line.
That fires up the home team.
And you can hear the barking from the home crowd. If you haven't been out here, you need to come out here and come check them out.
That's right. We suggest that certainly if you're out of town, it's a lot more convenient to watch Campus Nation. But if you are wanting to come and see one of these contests, wherever it is, we certainly encourage you to come out here because the quality that you're going to see from these contests are much higher than people would expect from semi-pro football.
And if you love football, it's June. Come on out here.
That's right.
It's live. They're hitting. It's short 3rd and 1. A little pre-snap penalty.
Movement. That'll be 5 against the Gladiators, I'm sure.
Can't have those. I see our friend's got the white hat now. We can know. We know who he is.
He put the white hat on.
I see you, my man.
Uh-huh.
There he is.
Once again, Gladiators getting set quickly. They're not wasting any time. And there have been other teams that do this same quick set against the Chiefs. So I think that they may feel that that's probably their best situation, not being able to get the defense set.
Bend, don't break. 3rd and 5. They're looking to pick up something here. Get close to the 1st down, if not get it. And they get a short gain on the quarterback keeper. That's going to bring up a 4th, about 4. And as Rick has mentioned on many broadcasts before, this is going to be 4-down territory. There will be no kicking of the field goals.
Yeah. When you get, and in fact, for most of these semi-pro teams, when you get at least beyond the 40-yard line going into the end zone, they're not going to worry about punting the ball. And there's not really a lot of field goal kicking. I've not seen, I think maybe one in 2 years of doing the semi-pro broadcast where I've actually seen a field goal, and that was probably because it was, down on the 10-yard line or whatever. But even the extra points, most of the time they're going for 2 points.
Yeah, I love it. It gives you that video game feel. Go for it. What you got to lose? It'll be fourth and 9 here. And there's a little bit of pressure at the bottom, but he steps up in the pocket, has a man wide open.
Pass.
And he picked up the first down, Rick. That's big-time step-up play right there.
That is.
Big-time play.
So they're down to the 18-yard line in the red zone, of course. 1st and 10. 3:57 remaining in this first quarter of play.
It's got 1st and 10. Red zone first play. There's a sweep to the left. Makes 1 man miss, 2 man miss, 3 man miss, 4 man miss, 5.
Oh, and that's a touchdown.
Touchdown, home team.
Replay.
Touchdown. And he ran with some authority. He's flexing his muscles. He's got a little dance. Young fella getting it done.
I have a
blue collar style.
There's going to be a call on sportsmanlike conduct.
Blue collar football right there. The young man would not be determined.
So what resulted in a touchdown was started by a turnover.
Interesting.
Going to go for 2.
This will really put the pressure on the Chiefs if they get this extra 2 here.
And he's dropping back. He's going to get in there. 2-point conversion is good. Columbus Gladiators go up 8-0 early in the first quarter with 3:28 left. And that's how we get this game underway. Here in Jerome Celtic Stadium, Columbus, Ohio. Here on the Campus Nation. Rick Phillips, and I'm Derek Robinson. We're glad to bring you this ball game tonight. So we talked about that Cincinnati Chief defense, and they've given up their first score. Rick, you can attest to this, and I really can't, but they've given up 12 points coming into the game tonight. 6 of those 12 was on special teams. Do you recall the defense giving up a touchdown this far this year?
No. And like I said, the fact that they even turned the ball over was very unusual. So the fact that there was a turnover and it resulted in a touchdown, and literally they drove the field. So I'd say right now the Gladiators are flying high, and the Chiefs they're scratching their head. They've got to figure out how they're going to get on the board and at least even this game up. The lights are on. A little overcast here in Columbus, Ohio, but we've got some great football going on here with the Columbus Gladiators leading the Cincinnati Chiefs 8-0. 3:28 remaining in the first quarter play. We got a penalty here.
That's going to get a re-kick. But I want to go back to the touchdown run. The touchdown one was by Raynard Ballard here in Columbus Gladiators. You can get a look at the guy. He ran with some authority. He broke plenty of tackles on the way to the end zone. And I was thoroughly impressed with that touchdown run. He's getting some assistance from his teammates with his uniform down there. Maybe that's just a little bit of flexing of the muscles.
All right, so that'll back the Gladiators up 5 yards. They're going to be kicking from the 30 rather than the 35. And
Cincinnati looking to get some good field position off of this penalty.
keep it close to the ground here. Chase with the ball.
We've got Reap with the return. He's got some shifty moves. He crosses midfield. He gets to the 40, to the 30 before being tackled down inside the 30. And that's good field position, as we just made light of. That's a great way to get this started. Get back on the good side of things.
Yeah, so the Chiefs are already going to be starting from the Gladiators' 28-yard line, but we have some flags down. I don't know what that's all about.
Well, looks like we've got conversation around the 40-yard line between the sideline judge and the ref and the ump. They're conspiring on what this might be. We're going to get the call here shortly.
So it's against the defense, it appears, because they're talking with the Gladiators as far as what they want to do.
Yeah, that's coming back. Which is a bummer, because that was great momentum, great field position, which is something that Cincinnati was looking to get after having the jaws taken from them on that last drive with the fumble, the completion and the fumble, which ended up being turned into points. So here's the call. Shortly.
Well, the indication is, going to be a new kickoff. And once again, they're kicking from the 35 now, so we sort of started this thing all over again.
Well, with such a good return last time, you're looking to get another one here.
Sort of takes a little of the wind out of the Chiefs' sail. You know, they had the ball down in Gladiators' territory, and now we'll have to see if they can have similar results in this kickoff.
Well, if I'm Columbus, I want to keep it out of the hands of number one.
Yeah, you've already figured that, right?
Maybe get a little directional kick here.
All right, here's the kickoff again. A little short pooch.
Well, I hate to be that guy, but they definitely kept it. Oh, no.
So not quite as good a result.
Not at all. They were fortunate that ball didn't go out of bounds. Maybe it would have if one let it roll.
Let it bounce.
Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, first down.
Yeah, first down and 10 from the 35-yard line of the Chiefs. Right now, your Gladiators here in Columbus leading 8-0 over Cincinnati.
Got a little home cooking going on right now. Got a little chatter going on down there.
Yeah, they definitely, the Gladiators definitely are riding high right now.
And we talked about that coming into the game. Would they be able to slow the Chiefs down?
And I think they've done that. In fact, even that drive where it resulted in the turnover, the drive by the Chiefs was a very slow drive. You know, I usually see them, go down the field in 4 or 5 plays. That one was a long time, and of course it resulted in that turnover and the Gladiators coming back and scoring. So here we go.
And the Columbus defense stout once again. Middle linebacker making a play there. He daunts to number 0. Looks like Dominic Farrell on the tackle. Big play. Brings up 2nd and 10. I guess that Columbus team said, you're going to know something about us.
Well, they've definitely found that out as far as the Cincinnati team with 2:40 and counting down here for the first quarter play.
Now, Rick, that's going to be
That's
a
going
penalty.
to delay a game, it looks like.
But are you able to hear?
I could hear him counting it down. So I don't know
Okay.
whether that was, I don't think that was a zebra that was doing the counting down, but yeah.
Yeah, there's someone keeping a mental clock in
Well,
their
no,
head.
it's going to go against the Gladiators.
And so they call an encroachment. Well, there was movement, and it was in sync with the timing.
With the timing, right.
Mm-hmm. Almost think that's.
All right, it's going to be 2nd and 5. Well, now what are they doing now?
They're trying to confuse us.
They've moved the ball the opposite direction, so they're getting it right. It was delay of game. It was a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to be a 2nd and 15 for the Chiefs.
So we're going to honor that clock if we hear it again.
Yeah. Well, the official time is usually kept by the refs on the field, so the Zebras down there, they know what's going on. At least we think that.
Back to pass AD is. He's got a man wide open in midfield. He bounces off his defender, and he eludes another one. He gets some more yak before being brought down right at around the 42-yard line. AD cooking it up. There's a late penalty. This may add 15.
Yeah, this would be one of those unsportsmanlike, it appears.
He is surgically moving methodically up and down the field.
He's also the head Chiefs cheerleader, if you notice. He's always out there talking. And
I would have loved to get a chance to talk with him. That would have been awesome.
So that is a major penalty, 15 yards against the Gladiators. They are not helping their cause here. They certainly don't want to give the Chiefs the opportunity to come in here and score because the Chiefs will take every advantage they can, and they're used to this. This is the way they play.
Well, Columbus has been down here before, so let's see if they can get it together, tighten up the defense, get a stop here. 1st and 10. At the 28, Davis is back to pass. Pass is wide right. It's intended for number 15, or number 6, excuse me. And that's Bradley Anderson.
So we've got a 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line here.
Yeah, with 1:26 to go, we're almost getting out of this first quarter, which has been a steady moving first quarter.
Love this scoreboard here at Celtic Stadium. They big screen. They've got the actual logos of the teams that are on the board. I would say by far the best scoreboard that I have seen at any high school stadium that we've played in thus far in Cincinnati.
Very snazzy. The pass is complete.
Looks like he's about 3-4 yards short of the first down there.
AD living up to the hype. After researching and doing a lot of, game film studying,
Well, AD was the last, he was quarterback when Central State won its last national championship. And, of course, there were some recruiting violations. They got the death penalty, and their program is just now starting to come back. But he was on that national championship team as a quarterback.
Let's see if he's got some of those championship qualities, and he throws
Picked
an
off.
interception, and
he
that's
is
going to be
going
taken to
all
the
the way
house.
to the end zone.
You're not catching him. He's celebrating, and he's got a little dance for him. Columbus Gladiators go up in this ball game with the pick six of AD and the Cincinnati Chiefs, and they're up 14-0, and the stunner. And I do mean a stunner. Wow.
So you saw the replay there. And Columbus has every reason to be celebrating here because they now have hung 2 touchdowns from, obviously, turnovers by the Chiefs. Very uncharacteristic. I think we're getting a few raindrops on the windows here. So we weren't supposed to get any kind of precipitation, but there may be just a little bit going on there.
You got to wonder here, Rick, if the game plan today was just to come in here, be under the radar if you're Columbus Gladiators, and just shock the world. You have to wonder if that's the mentality. If they came in here, no one knows us. We're going to make you know who we are before this game is over tonight.
Well, they're certainly doing it right now. So we got a timeout, Columbus. We'll take a break here. You're listening to CampusNation.com, the Internet Sports Authority.
Is a bag. But for Steve, this bag gives him food cred. Because now everyone knows that when they have that craving, or they're just looking for the perfect deal, well, they just need to follow Steve.
Enjoy your favorites from McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu, like any size soft drink for $1 and a 6-piece chicken McNuggets for $2.
So should we do a Yelp review or what?
I could. Yelp review for Dublin Jerome High School outside restrooms near football field. Very nice. Grade A, 5 stars.
You want to hear something funny? So, as you can see, I'm a Browns fan, right?
Right.
We go over to the training camp.
I'm sorry for that, but I'm not a Bengals fan either, so I'm a Cowboys fan.
We'll get into that, Rick. We'll get into that. But I'm telling you something. So the porta potties, all right? World-class porta potties. Best I've ever seen. They were air-conditioned. You know, there were plenty of stalls.
Wow.
I didn't want to leave. I said, this is the best part of minicamp right here.
Did they have televisions in them?
No televisions. Remember, we didn't want to see nothing there, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it was the 0-16 season, too.
Well, they're doing much better, and they'll do much better than the Bengals this year.
Bless them. So we're back here. The two-point conversion is no good. However, how we got here was a Bradley Booker pick six to the house in shocking fashion. This is the second turnover on that side of the field that Cincinnati Chiefs have had tonight, and the Columbus Gladiators are taking advantage of an early 14-0 lead here in the closing seconds of the first quarter.
And we want to remind everybody that's watching the game today, first of all, we do have what's called a DVR situation. So if you come into the game late and you want to go back to the beginning of the game, you can actually go back and start the game and watch it from the beginning because we have that DVR capability on the website. But the other thing is we'll have the full game available right after the game ends on the Campus Nation website. So either way, you'll make sure you don't miss any plays on this great game. And it has been so far because the Gladiators have shocked the Cincinnati Chiefs and are now up 14-0.
And if you're a player, you go back and you watch your game tape, somebody else is watching that. So keep playing, keep impressing, because the Blue Collar Football League is here to stay. I'm here to tell you that.
That's right, yeah.
And I'm under the impression that some of these players still have college eligibility.
Yes,
correct?
they do. And that's one of the things, because none of these players are being paid. They're doing this pro bono, I guess you could say. So some of them do still have college eligibility, and they can take advantage of that if someone wants to take a look at them.
Great place to get some footage.
And here's again Dre Reap with the nice return. He's shown that he's going to get you some yardage. If you keep kicking it to him, there's a late penalty.
Yeah, we've got a flag down.
Seems like that's the theme of the night. After the whistle penalties, and history tells us that usually these come back.
Looks like they've indicated it's against the Gladiators. At least that's the early indication. You don't know because there have been a couple instances where it looked like the ball was going forward and it went back. So what do we got here?
There's an explanation on the penalty there by the ref, crew chief.
I'll wait for Whitehead.
And
Picking
it up.
So no penalty. Well, I guess that's better than moving the ball the wrong way.
I'm feeling some raindrops still.
Yeah,
we might have to go get Patrick off the field.
We can see a little bit of precipitation, but I don't. In fact, where is Patrick?
That is a
he's moved.
question.
He's moved his position.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I can still see the camera up here in the press box live.
So with 8 seconds left here in the first quarter, this might be the last play of the quarter before they switch sides. Now let's see if AD can bounce back from these early turnovers, early turnovers, and right the ship here for the Columbus Chiefs, or for the Cincinnati Chiefs, excuse me. Looks like an offside penalty. This is a free play.
Yep. Almost a first down. Yeah, it looked like the Gladiators sort of encroached.
And that should take us to the end of the first quarter here.
So I don't know whether they're discussing a repeat of this last play or what. There's a flag down here just beyond the 50-yard line. You want to text Patrick and see if he's not getting drenched. There is an umbrella out, I see that, but I don't think that it really at this point is.
I think that may have been more for the sun earlier, but I don't want him to
Some
get
umbrellas
soaking
coming out
wet.
here, so I don't. The main thing, we don't want him to stand down there and get wet. He can always relocate to the press box with a different view. So we still don't know whether we're into the second quarter or whether this is because there was a penalty there at the end of that first quarter.
Looks like they flip-flopped here.
Interesting.
As Patrick announced. Ask him if he.
I already did.
Okay.
He didn't text me back yet.
All right. All right, so I think we must be starting second quarter.
Yeah, here we go. So they're in Gladiator territory after the penalty. Start the second quarter. And they're in their bread and butter formation. Halfback to the left of the quarterback. There's a snap. He hands it off. Gets up the middle.
Look like he's almost at the first down.
Yeah, it should be a first down depending on where the spot
Forward
is.
progress, and I think that from what it looks like, it's a first down, yes.
It's first down, Chiefs. So far, I mean, they're in an unusual position, trailing. Most of the games, all of the games that they've played, they've had a lead, kept a lead.
Yeah, and I've not seen them certainly 2 scores down, which they are currently right now, both of them on turnovers. So it's not been a case where the Gladiators have actually put drives together, but the penalties by the Chiefs have certainly hurt them tonight.
Well, here they are again, first down and 10. Looking to bring a little pressure off the right side, and he hits a man in the slot on a slant. It's 12 yards. Nice pass by AD. Gets it to his receiver, moves the change.
Yep, picks up a first down on that quick hitter.
Looks like he hit Bradley Anderson once again. That brought up a first down and 10. Here we go, AD. Bread and butter formation. He's got a man, 82 with the stiff arm, drags his man, gets down to about the 14-yard line, and there has been a flag thrown, and that was a nice toss by the referee there. It looked like he was at the AD camp over the fall last year. Got a nice arm on him.
I am going to go downstairs and help Patrick bring his camera up.
All right.
It's starting to rain a little heavier.
Tell
I
him,
want the
tell him
equipment
we
to
can,
get wet.
we can relocate him up here to one of the
just keep an eye
windows.
on the graphics.
All right.
Yeah, they're definitely talking about a penalty. And it was a nice toss.
All right, well, while they...
Right on, bud. Have a good one. Bye.
It's okay.
I am so sorry.
What was that?
There was a lot of traffic.
First and 10. It is.
We're back live. First and 10 here.
31. AD in a traditional setting. He's got a man once again. He hits 82. 82's fighting for yards. He's after being corralled by Columbus Gladiators. We've got James Fields and company on the tackle.
Nice pickup. It was like about, what, 9 yards, 8 yards? Okay, ball's on the 28. We've got 2 yards to go. Second and 2. The Chiefs are getting ready to get into the red zone here if they can complete maybe another pass or a short run.
You just kind of won't want to,
the main thing I would do is make sure I don't make any mistakes going
right.
down. You don't want
a
a third situation here. The Gladiators, they've been the ones that have not flinched when it comes to the red zone.
Drops back the pass. He's looking for his golden receiver, 82, once again. And he's hitting Greg Ushery. And he's over there, and he's just eating up that cornerback over there. And he keeps picking with him. Picks up another first down. He's at the 10-yard line.
So it's first and goal.
That's their first and goal of the day, Rick. See if they can punch it in.
Yeah, if they can punch it in, then they're back in this game. So,
any pre-snap predictions here, Rick?
Let's try a run here.
Okay.
No, he's going to pass.
He's going to run it in. Well, there's a penalty. The end of the results was an interception.
Right.
And we'll see if this play stands. There was a flag thrown. And it is going to be holding against the offense, and that means this is going to be another turnover. They're going to decline the penalty, and that is the third turnover in the first half for the Cincinnati Chiefs tonight. And this was not what we thought we were going to see tonight.
No, absolutely not. And this is very uncharacteristic as far as the Chiefs. I don't recall any game that I've seen them have 3 turnovers. And, of course, at least this turnover at this point has not resulted in a touchdown by the Gladiators, but they are in the driver's seat now, up 2 scores and starting first and 20 or first and 10 from the 20-yard line.
I don't know if he just got too cute on that last play, but he had opportunities to make some runs and get some yardage there, but turnover stands, and here we are, first and 10 with the big hole up the right side
Nice
of the
run.
line.
Nice run.
And I'm here to tell you, Columbus Gladiators are coming out, making a statement with another hard run by Baynard. He's got the juices flowing tonight. And Columbus has all the momentum.
Yeah, the Chiefs are back on their heels. There's no question right now they are totally not figuring out what the Columbus Gladiators are doing here.
That brings up a 1st and 10 with 10:34 to go. After a third turnover of the first half by the Chiefs, Columbus looking to take advantage. Quarterback out in the pass, out in the flat, hits 15. He's out of bounds, ridden out of bounds. Coming up here for a 2nd down and short. We've seen passes, we've seen runs. What we haven't seen is that defense from the Cincinnati Chiefs that we talked about earlier in the pregame come and step up and make plays. It just hasn't been there thus far. This is a true road test for Cincinnati tonight. And the Columbus Gladiators are looking to take advantage once again off of a turnover. 2nd and short. Got a receiver down. There's a broken play, but they're letting it run. And the play results into a huge loss. Whistle's blown. And there seems to be a little bit confusion on both sides during that play. We'll see what happens here as they're going to let the play stand. And it's going to be a large loss. We'll see what this discussion is all about. Once again, we're here in Jerome Celtic Stadium, Columbus, Ohio. This is the Blue Collar Football League East-West matchup. Cincinnati Chiefs, Columbus Gladiators out to a 14-0 lead. 9:40 to go in the 2nd quarter. And it's 3rd and 9 on their own 37-yard line. Now here, 3rd and 9, you're looking to pick up as much as possible with the 14-point lead. You don't want to get too cute.
You definitely don't want a turnover here.
He's looking for a man, can't find a man, so he scrambles, steps up. He needs to be careful with that ball as he throws the ball out of bounds, takes a nice hit at the end of the play. And that's kind of good to see that these players are still out here with no quit in them, being down early, 14-0. So that ought to bring out 3rd and long. All right, that's 4th and long. So we're going to get a punt situation here.
Yeah, and I would imagine they're not going to try to pull any funny stuff. They're going to go ahead and punt this ball. They've got a two-score lead. They're not going to take any chances. And you don't want to hand any momentum back to the Chiefs because the Chiefs, they will take advantage of it if you hand it to them.
Well, if you hand the ball to one, as I've mentioned before, he can make some plays happen. He's back deep. Reap is deep.
Nice punt.
And he lets it bounce. That's going to be down at the 35-yard line where the Cincinnati Chiefs will take over. 8:12 to go, 2nd quarter.
We could tell a humble origin story and discover conveniently placed sacks of coffee. We could show a selection of models holding cups up to their faces. We could use slower shots of Arabica beans. We could see a trendy artisan taking coffee way too seriously. We could use an abstract dance routine to romance our milk. We could create an epic blockbuster and crowbar our product into it.
And we're back.
All right, not much of a pickup there for the Chiefs.
And it brings up a 2nd and 8 here. As they're trying to get something going, get some points on the board. Yet to score. They're in an unfamiliar position tonight.
Yeah, one of the turnovers was a fumble that was recovered, and the other turnover was an interception of AD, and then the third turnover, which occurred in the end zone, was another interception of AD.
Now, what was good about the last one didn't convert it into points, but those first
took
two
away your momentum when you're down there ready to score.
He's got a man open there. He hits him. Referee signals good catch. And that equals a first down.
So they're moving the chains. We're going to have a 1st and 10 from what appears to be the 46-yard line.
Indeed. So this isn't something that we haven't seen throughout the course of the evening. They have been able to move the ball.
Yeah, and it's sort of the mere opposite of what we normally see from the Chiefs, where the Gladiators, once again, they're letting them, back and forth across the field. They're running up some yards, but ultimately they stiffen when it gets down close to the end zone, the red zone, and they've been taking the ball away from them.
So here we are, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. AD's got the offense moving. He's looking to pass. He throws into the interception. He threw into triple coverage that time.
Here's the replay.
And that ball has been picked off by Jordan Albright.
I'm definitely impressed by the Gladiators' reading of the play.
This is what it is, Rick. I'm beginning to think that if you've got tape on YouTube, okay, you've got an opportunity to get some opportunities out here to see what's going on in the passing lanes and make some things happen. And when you're not being talked about, that just stirs you up even the more. That's the 4th interception tonight by this Columbus Gladiators defense. And I don't think it
doesn't look like they have any plans on stopping.
I am speechless. This is a really good team that we're playing right now in the Cincinnati Chiefs.
So Columbus are going to start at the 45-yard line of the Chiefs. The Chiefs are they're really under the pressure now.
There's a quarterback keep. He didn't get much. It's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. But wow, unbelievable.
6:07 remaining in the first half of play. Columbus Gladiators lead the Chiefs 14-0 here on Campus Nation.
Now you got to think in the second half there's going to be a lot of conversation, lots of adjustments that are going to be made.
And that will be the question. The question will be, what will David Poole do at halftime to make the adjustments necessary to be able to free some of these Chiefs up? Like I said, they've been running, they've been catching. They've just made some turnovers that have been very timely and have resulted in these scores here by the Gladiators.
They're going to have some really aggressive play, it seems like.
There's a man in motion on 2nd and 10. Quarterback drops back to pass, looking for someone. Surveying the field. Found a receiver. He caught it. He's out of bounds.
Close to the first down, maybe about 2 yards shy.
Now, the quarterback showed patience in the pocket.
And he had good protection. That's the other thing.
He was able to survey the field and find a receiver, getting close to the first down to bring up a 3rd and short. Very impressive. They've got it going. Offensively, defensively.
Yeah, you can tell they are very confident, and they obviously know they're in the driver's seat right now.
Here's Boehner to the left of the quarterback on his hip. Trips at the bottom of the screen. A little deception. He's trying to find a man. He had a man, didn't hit him. Now he's got a second receiver going through all the progressions, and he threw it behind 12, which was Josh Valentine. Good effort by Valentine. He had a man streaking at the top of the screen. I don't think he saw him. He was looking more in the direction of the trips. But he comes back and hits the tight end, slightly behind him. 4th and 3. They'll go for it. I look for something, a quick hitter once again, maybe hitting the back out the backfield, or maybe someone on the curl.
And, of course, the no-fly zone, we want to thank them for sponsoring the BCFL.
Valentine in motion once again. They run the ball. They're trying to pick up 3. They didn't get it.
Tried a little delay there. Didn't work.
95 on the tackle. Celebrates. Tell them not today. Turnover on downs. Chiefs get the ball back. 4:12 to go here in the second quarter.
So it looks like maybe Cincinnati has put together that defense and stiffened up, and because obviously with a couple of these situations, Gladiators could have been in the driver's seat taking it into the house again, and they were unable to do that. So we might be seeing a little bit of the momentum start to shift here as the Chiefs try to, as Sydney said, maybe get a little more aggressive, try to take this this momentum over.
Yeah, Rick, if you're a defense and you're Cincinnati Chiefs defense, you're sitting over there, you're like, we need to make some plays happen. We obviously see our offense struggling. Let's get out here and make some stops and get ourselves back in the ball game before this half is over. It's 1st and 10, 36-yard line.
Well, the good news is they still have plenty of time to make a solid recovery.
Here's a handoff.
Nice run.
Trucks a player.
Picks up about 7-8 yards.
That's a good start.
That's a very good run. Tough run. Very aggressive.
Yeah, there's more than enough time to put this in the end zone. So they just need to be patient. They need to make sure that they don't make any turnovers. And if they can score going into the half, they are cutting the deficit in half at least. So they'll be back in striking distance as far as in the second half.
They're in the traditional set. He's got T.J. Harris as the halfback to AD's left. The ball snap. Hand off to Harris once again. He stiff arms the defender. First down pickup. Gets inside the 35-yard line to about the 37. He picked up the first down in the process. He's up to the 43-yard line. And it's 1st down and 10. Columbus hasn't truly been able to stop them today. They've just been able to come up with big plays at big moments.
Run the clock. I know.
Bread and butter. Set. Ball snap. It's out.
Oh.
Tried to hit the back out the backfield. It was incomplete.
He was rushed a little. Just couldn't make the connection there. 3:05 remaining in this first half.
His pocket's been pretty much clean, but when he steps up, the Gladiators are just seeing where he's throwing it and getting in those lanes, and they're making plays happen. Going to break the huddle here, 2nd and 10. And I know I keep saying it, but this is their traditional set. This is their bread and butter, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Running back to the hip. And he hands it off.
Nothing.
Stymie defense once again. Columbus Gladiators stepping up, that front 7.
Did he lose yardage?
Doing what they have to do. He may have lost a yard.
Yeah, it looks like he might have lost at least a yard. Well, I guess they're basically giving him a loss of maybe a yard. So we got a 3rd and 11. The ball on the 43-yard line We're coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio. Dublin, Jerome, the home of the Celtics.
This is Campus Nation, your internet sports authority.
Yes, it is.
Sports Authority. It's a pleasure to be here. So here we are. 3rd and 11. There's a flag down.
So it's a delay of game we've got. So once again, the Chiefs, another mistake's going to cost them 5 yards. Unless they pick this up. Seemed like it was called awfully quick.
Yeah, it was. Extremely quick. I thought maybe there might have been 12 players on the field or something.
Officials are talking it over. They may pick this up. They're picking it up.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. So, and that's the right call. It didn't look like they really had adequate time to. It was called a little quick there.
It's a good call, Rick.
So they're still talking. It's like, you got the time? No, I got the time. No, who's keeping the time here?
The meeting of the zebras.
Mm-hmm.
Not too far from the Columbus Zoo. We really aren't.
So they're still discussing something. We're going to have a 3rd and 11. The ball is on the Gladiators' 44-yard line. But there's still some question, I think. AD's down there pleading some case. He's the cheerleader for the Chiefs, and he's usually the one that's making his points here. Now they've moved the ball. Okay, so we still have a 3rd and 11.
All right, well, this is almost a 2-minute offense here for the Chiefs, so let's see if they can get down here and get some points on the board. Shotgun, goes back to pass. He's looking. He has a man.
Complete.
Completed pass.
Nice pickup.
Is that down on the 20?
And there's a timeout. We have a timeout. I thought perhaps Columbus called a timeout. We've got their head coach out on the field, so I think that...
yeah, there's a timeout for sure. His helmet's off.
All right, so there's a timeout. We are Campus Nation, and we'll be right back.
Let's go, folks. Oh my gosh, dude. I think it'd be a really good time. I'll keep on together. No. Do not celebrate.
And we're back.
We're back, 1st and 10 here on the Campus Nation.
14-0. We have Columbus Gladiators leading the Chiefs. Chiefs are trying to push this one in for a score going into the second half.
So we've got trips down at the bottom, single receiver up the top, running back to the right hip of AD. He's back. He needs to watch out. He steps up in the pocket to elude a defender, and he gets sacked for a small loss.
He's still down.
There's an injured Chief. Looks like one of the Hogs up front.
Yeah, it's not Davis. Davis is still
He's moving slowly.
I believe that's number 93, it looks
I believe
like.
you're right, Sydney. He hops up under his own power. That's good to see.
Yeah, he's running off, so he should be okay. .129 remaining in this second quarter, first half of play.
That flagpole's got life now.
It is. And we did have a little bit of rain, and it still may be raining a little. Not heavy rain, but enough that we don't want anyone out in the rain.
.107, clock ticks. As we're inside the 20, this is a red zone territory. Same formation as last, 3 trips, single high at the top. Gets the running back out the backfield. And he's trying to make some players miss. He gains about 1 or 2. And that's going to bring up
maybe a 2nd and 8.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8.
Yeah.
Okay. 3rd and 8 from the 18-yard line?
That's about right. So last time down here, 80 took a shot in the end zone. And
yeah, 49 seconds. You know, you're figuring 5 to 7 seconds, depending on how much you're moving around for a pass. I can't imagine they're going to try any kind of a run. They've got at least 2 attempts at the end zone. They'll at least want to try to pick up a first down and quickly stop.
Well, I don't want to get in the predicting game, but, I mean, since that's what you do, I'll leave that to you. But I smell a corner route here.
Ooh, that was good.
How about a touchdown pass?
Beautiful, beautiful pass.
Touchdown pass to Khalid Ali.
We have a game here.
And that's an 18-yarder.
We got that replay going on.
Antonio Davis
nice.
Connecting with Ali for his first reception. And Davis's first touchdown of the night to put the Chiefs on the board for the first time. 14-6. They're going to go for 2.
I think all Cincinnati fans have breathed a collective sigh of relief. They weren't used to being down like this, and with this pass and going into the halftime, if they can get 2 points here, then they're definitely on the road to comeback.
That's a huge play before the end of the half there. And he drops back, looking for the 2-point conversion.
Ooh.
He had a man. He wasn't able to connect with him. And he's not happy about it as he walks off the field. There's 44 seconds left here at the end, almost the end of the second quarter. We've got a 14-6 ball game here, Jerome Celtic Stadium, Columbus, Ohio. Here in the Campus Nation, we've got 14-6 Columbus Gladiators over the Cincinnati Chiefs, who have been trying to battle back from 4 early turnovers in the first half. To close out the first half with good momentum going into the locker room is definitely what you want to see if you're fans of Cincinnati.
Yeah, and if they can keep on this kickoff, if they can keep the Gladiators from making any progress or getting within any kind of a shot of throwing up a score, then I'd say right now they probably, going into the half, have the momentum.
And they're going to come out second half with the football.
This could be just what the doctor needed for them to make the comeback, to win the game.
Score before the half, come back out, get the ball, and you're back in business if you're Cincinnati. So Columbus has got to be careful here.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you don't want to make any kinds of mistakes, no turnovers. Don't want to hand Cincinnati the ball back down at the Gladiators' end of the stadium. So I would be playing some conservative ball here.
Here's James Fields back to receive the kick. He mishandles it, but he picks it up. Has a block,
what a hit.
But he's smashed right past the 20-yard line.
We can hear that up here.
It sounded like it hurt.
And I think it did. So 39 seconds left. We'll see if Columbus comes out and tries to have any movement, they may just take a knee.
I was going to say, I would, right now, I'd be
the
happy
lead.
with the lead, and I would not try anything too daring. You know, you get a ball picked off and run back for a TD, then you know that
you've lost it.
You've lost total momentum here. So right now, the main thing is for them to, I mean, I'm not saying that they have to take a knee, but they certainly don't want to do anything that's going to be out of the ordinary here that might cause them any kind of a turnover.
And with the Chiefs scoring at the end of the half there, you don't want to give them
well,
an
especially since they have the ball going into the
Exactly.
second half as well. So they would really be in the driver's seat that way.
We'll see what happens here, Rick. 1st and 10. Going to be a quick hit handoff. Doesn't go anywhere. You can't fool that Cincinnati Chief defense like that. And that run goes nowhere, absolutely nowhere. And now the Chiefs are going to call a timeout with 30 seconds left. Perhaps maybe to try to get that ball back. Yeah, they've called a timeout here.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is that they are hoping that perhaps they might be able to, force a turnover and then have enough time on the clock.
Well, with only one timeout left that the Chiefs have, they can only stop the clock one more time here. But Columbus, you have to feel really nice at this point in the game. I consider you to be the underdog tonight. Way to go. Get yourself, into this game and stick around because you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, and they've done that. There's no question about that. They have been, of the two teams on the field right now, they are the better of the two teams, at least what they've done and played this evening.
So this is 2nd and 14. And they're going to throw the ball. Surprisingly, he's out of the pocket, and you don't want to stop the clock here. And that's exactly what he does. He runs out of bounds, stops the clock, 3rd and long. And Cincinnati is in a great position right now. They still keep their timeout.
Right, don't have to stop the clock, don't have to.
And I don't
know whether they were thinking perhaps that maybe if he ran a little that he would take more time off the clock. But at this point, they've got a 3rd and 13 ball on the 21-yard line. Yeah, 21-yard line. And believe me, the Chiefs will be bringing it this time. They're going to want to try to stop this hold, and then they would probably have to use their last timeout.
Well, watch the pressure on here if they're going to run the football. He may run right into the rush. And this is going to be a halfback toss.
Pass.
And that ball is caught. That ball is caught.
That's
unbelievable.
That's when you pull that type of play out of there.
Unbelievable. 23 on the catch for Columbus Gladiators. At the tail end of the second half, they throw a halfback pass. I don't think anybody in this stadium was expecting to see a halfback throw the football in that situation.
No, I think most people like us, we felt that they were probably going to just try to get out of this half and maintain their lead, but actually that was a great time to execute that play. And they're at the 30-yard line of the Chiefs now with 12 seconds remaining, so they've got at least maybe 2 shots into the end zone.
Wow. They surprised the defender there. He was there.
Each team has 1 timeout remaining.
My goodness. That's the blue-collar football for you right there.
Right.
It's unpredictable.
I would say they've got at least 3 shots at the end zone here. I don't think they're going to try, of course, once again, they sort of caught us off guard here. I don't think they're going to try anything but passes here.
I'm here to tell you, I'm still stunned. 1st and 10. The 31-yard line of the Chiefs. And here's a man in motion. Quarterback has pressure. He hits him with a screen. If he can make one man miss, he has some blockers in front, but he doesn't have the ability to do so.
Here's where you need a timeout.
And he's brought down with 3 seconds to go. Looks like there's been a timeout called by Columbus.
Player.
Yeah. Injury timeout.
Down.
That may be the running back. He actually caught the pass, and now he's coming up lame.
So we'll take a break here since we have this injury. All right, we're back. The home of the Celtics. This is live Campus Nation coming to you from Columbus, Ohio, Dublin, Ohio. Jack Nicklaus, one of their more famous residents here, and home to the Memorial Golf Tournament. And
the Ohio State Buckeyes.
That's right. Yeah, we've heard of them before, haven't we? The Ohio State University.
Columbus
Shout
Blue
out
Jackets.
to Joe Davis.
Yeah, Joe Davis,
If
one
you're
of our
listening.
one of our Campus Nation broadcasters. He's a big Ohio State fan.
I think big is an understatement.
So we're at the closing seconds of the first half.
Yeah, there's going to be one pass. That'll be about it. Maybe some laterals. Who knows what they're going to pull?
I tell you what, who knows? Because we've seen some unpredictable things this evening. This is going to be a Hail Mary attempt. And he's going to be...
There's your lateral.
A little lateral here. This is the unpredictability of the Blue Collar Football League. That's going to be picked off.
Isn't it? Oh, my goodness.
So, a little bit of action there.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Time runs out in the first half, and we're going to go to halftime, but we're going to take a break. We will go to Zoom.
Paying way too much money for your game video? Zoom has all the tools you need to analyze and exchange game video like the pros. We've been working with officials for years now, and due to our successful growth, I'd like to announce our new video analysis program for elite level football coaches. Hi, I'm Andy with Zoom, and while other companies have been raising prices, we've been creating a better solution for less money. Our elite video analysis tools are priced far below our competition's, ranging from $500 to $600 per team, depending on the size of your league, all the way down to $400 for coaches-only access. But just because the price is low doesn't mean you lose all of the great features that you've come to expect. You can draw on the screen, tag, clip plays, add voiceovers, and you can even create training and quizzing modules, all while tracking who is and who is not watching. Remember, at Zoom, we don't prepare you for the competition, we make you the competition.
And we're back.
All right, back live from Celtic Stadium here in Columbus, Ohio. And we are at the home of the Celtics, Dublin Jerome High School. Very nice stadium. We have turf. And we are here with the score 14-6. The Columbus Gladiators leading the Cincinnati Chiefs 14-6 going into halftime. Sydney, you've got some things to talk about here?
So, as everyone knows, Daryl /Moore wears a lot of different hats. Head coach of the Cincinnati Dukes, commissioner of the BCFL, husband and father of 3 beautiful kids, coaches of his sons' and daughters' soccer teams, but many may not know he's also a player scout for the American League champion Carolina Cobras, who were the champions in 2018. This gives the players of the BCFL trying to take their talents to the next level an added advantage, as playing in front of / could be their in with the Cobras. The Cobras are 5-2 right now as they play tonight against the New York Streets in New York. You can visit the Cobras at carcobras.com and follow them on their quest for back-to-back championships. The Cobras have a tie to the BCFL themselves, as head coach Billy Back played for the Kings Comets before he transitioned to coaching indoor football, where he has won 5 championships.
Thanks, Sydney. Some
Welcome,
stat leaders we've got here. Quarterback leader, Cincinnati Chiefs Antonio Davis with 699 yards, 6 TDs. Cincinnati Dukes Kamari Murray, 437 yards, 3 TDs. Marion County Crusaders Sean Tyler, 377 yards and 3 TDs. Running back leaders, Cincinnati Chiefs Darian Nelson with 209 yards. Marion County Crusaders Juan Self with 169 yards and 4 TDs. Butler County Broncos Robert Givens, 131 yards. Wide receiver leaders, Cincinnati Chiefs Paul Jones, 220 yards, 3 TDs. Cincinnati Dukes Justin Cornwall with 170 yards and 1 TD. Cincinnati Dukes Ronell Colbert, 123 yards and 2 TDs. Defensive leaders leading in tackles, Kings Comets Howard Tidwell Jr. with 20 tackles. And sacks, leader Cincinnati Chiefs Vincent Harris with 3.5 sacks. Interceptions leader Chiefs Sergio Friedman with 2. Cincinnati Chiefs Dre Rep with 2. Marion County Crusaders Cliff Wheeler with 2. Butler County Broncos Austin Howell with 2. And Marion County Crusaders Ronaldo Tomasello with 2. So those are your stat leaders currently in the BCFL. And one of the things that we've seen as far as the Chiefs, they're leading in several of these categories. And yet they're trailing in this game to virtually an unknown to our audience because we've never had them on Campus Nation. But they certainly are entertaining us this evening.
I think it may have been used as bulletin board because there were no stats for Columbus Gladiators on the website, so you weren't able to, as a Cincinnati Chiefs player, you're not able to see who you're going up against. So you're seeing all your accolades, and I think Columbus may have saw that and said, might have something to that.
I think I agree, and obviously with no video from Campus Nation or any video that we're aware of, and there was nothing really to do any scouting, so to speak.
A little underhand advantage?
Well, I guess, I don't know whether you'd call, but it's certainly, it's working.
It's played their hand.
Right, and of course the Chiefs now, they're on the roll, although the momentum that they had here going into the second half was sort of taken away with that unusual play that resulted in the Gladiators with the halfback pass that got them down within scoring distance, but they didn't actually, they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, it was a true secret play that they had manifested back there in the huddle, and it was a surprise to see them come out here and just be able to stay on top of the game, not let up thus far. But this second half, it's going to be a battle for Columbus to maintain their eagerness and their lead, most importantly, here in the second half.
Yeah, and that'll be the real question. The question is, do you come out in the second half and do you continue to do what you did well in the first half? Or are you going to come out and maybe play a little more cautiously? Because I don't think that'll work to your advantage against the Chiefs. Chiefs are going to be aggressive when they come into the second half. They're going to have the ball to start off the second half. A lot of that may just depend on what that first drive happens for the Chiefs. If they can manage to go down and score, they're going to at least have a 12-point, 2-point disadvantage. But if they can come out and maybe score with a 2-point play, it'll be all tied up. We'll have an even game here. So certainly there's going to be some adjustments made, I think, on both teams here at the half.
Definitely, there'll be some adjustments made. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the run game. Columbus was very, very positive run game, which I was surprised to see against the Cincinnati stingy defense thus far. Cincinnati's defense has given up its first touchdown in probably 2 games. Their defense has, and so that was a surprise to see. But they're going to regroup, like you said, make adjustments. Watch out for Vinny Harris to get involved into the game. You know, he had 3 sacks last week, so he's going to be more involved. We're going to look for Sergio Freeman, the corner, who's had an opportunity to put some hands on some balls tonight, but he hasn't been able to come up with an interception. But I do believe that there will be more attention to the detail to come the second half.
And the looks like the sun has actually come out. The clouds are dissipating. So it looks like the second half of play, we're going to have some sunshine and maybe some better weather as far as no precipitation. It really doesn't look like anything that's happened as far as the light precipitation that we've had has done anything as far as taking anything away from the teams. Now we've got a Chiefs player out here. He's practicing field goals.
Interesting.
All righty. And he's
Well,
not bad.
on behalf of Campus Nation and the BCFL, we'd like to thank our interns, Patrick Yen and Derek Robinson, for joining us.
Doing both a great job, and certainly we thank them as well as the school that has provided them to us.
OMS. Shout out to OMS.
Right.
April Days.
Our broadcaster, Rick Phillips, and yours truly, Sydney Alexis.
Got our man down there on the scoreboard. Awesome. Appreciate you. What's up, guys? Hey, Randy.
And let's go to a commercial real quick.
All right. We'll be back.
I was born in the Dominican Republic. I came here to the U.S. when I was 3 years old. In my culture, and I say this as a joke, but it's a reality, you either choose music or you choose baseball. I didn't get a baseball bat, I got a guitar.
I'm an occupational therapist, primarily working in the geriatric population. I start really early at 7 a.m. I usually see patients on the hour every hour. It could be something as simple as lifting their hand to drink from a cup after a stroke, or buttoning their shirt when their hand hasn't been working. We try to help others of all ages of life.
My love of music started when I would listen to my sister blasting the radio. She first played a song, and it was a rock song. That's what I connected with, and that's what actually made me who I am today.
This one's gotta go underneath. My brother Matthew has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Your muscles, little by little, just lose their strength, and his kind of started from the feet up. He's my role model for sure. He's just like my little buddy. He's definitely inspired me to go into the career that I did. I want to be able to help people live their lives to the best of their abilities.
We write songs about empowering people, and a lot of those great ideas that we've had have actually happened at McDonald's.
This has kind of always been like my go-to workspace. You could say like a home away from home.
Along my journey, I realized that I could help other people. Whether it just be playing some music or dancing, I always wanted to share that with people.
Give me a little clap right here. Hey.
When the opportunity to work with seniors came around, I really found my purpose.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Eso, right here.
I often feel like seniors are like forgotten in our society. Even if you're 99, you still have a lot of life to live. It's really rewarding to be able to help someone even in a small way.
Success for me is about finding what makes you happy and then just sharing it with the world.
My personal motto is make every day count. Each day is truly a blessing. It's all those little things you can't take for granted.
And we're back on the Blue Collar Football here on the Campus Nation Network.
Having some Pringles.
You can't eat just one, Rick.
That's right.
You better not. We're about to go, the second half is about to get underway here in Jerome Celtic Stadium, Columbus, Ohio. Derek Robinson with here, Rick Phillips. And we got Sydney running the tech. We've got Pat on the camera. And we're all ready to go for the second half here shortly.
Yep, most of the players look like they're making their way back out. Some of them just stayed out on the field the whole time. But right now the score, 14-6. The Columbus team leading the Cincinnati team. Battle of two cities here.
Two undefeated teams. Someone's got to lose tonight. And it's been a great game thus far. I was, like I said, doing a lot of film, studying on one team, not able to see a whole lot of the Columbus team, and I'm just thoroughly surprised that they're able to come out and just be in control of this game, low under the radar, no one really knowing who a lot of these players are. They're just coming out here showing and proving. Like what you see if you're a Columbus fan tonight. And if you guys have never been out to the Blue Collar Football League games, I highly encourage you to come on out and support any of your home teams, whether that be here, Cincinnati area, the Indianapolis area. Go out and support your team.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do on a Saturday night, and really it's not expensive at all. I think a ticket is usually about $8, thereabouts. Some stadiums it might be a little bit more, but $8 for admission, and I think kids young kids are actually free. It's a family type of situation where we invite you to come out, bring the kids. The concessions are usually very inexpensive, so it's not like they're trying to take advantage of the fact that you're already locked into the stadium. It's a good experience, and the talent that you see here, you will be very surprised at the level of talent that you see as far as the play.
I've seen lots of talent oozing off this field this evening. So come on out, support your players, your family. I know you got family out here that play. They want to see you out here. They want to see the Blue Collar Football League do well. So we're about to get the second way underway.
So once again, as we said, we've got Columbus going to be kicking off to Cincinnati.
See if they can take advantage of that late touchdown that they scored off of an AD touchdown pass after 4 turnovers in that first half. It was good to see. And they go out for the first half and get a touchdown, get something positive going into the locker room. While we wait for the kick,
I think we're ready. There's your whistle.
And this will be returned, maybe. No, it will not.
Out of bounds. It's got a penalty.
Does that come out to the 40?
I don't know whether they have the opportunity to take the ball or whether they just have to re-kick it. I think that looks like they're going to take it.
35.
Yep.
So they look to get some good field position here. And by the looks of the offense and the way it's been moving in this game, they shouldn't have any problems doing so. It'll just be the execution part at the end of the series. They showed great signs of the execution in the last series. See if they can keep it up.
Any of you that are familiar with Antonio Davis and the Chiefs, Antonio Davis has a son, and we cover a lot of Urbana football. He is a quarterback for that Urbana team, and a lot in the mold of his father there, and certainly he's got the ability to get some good coaching hints from his dad.
Oh, that's a good nugget. I did not know that. Here we are. 1st and 10 from the 35. First drive of the second half. The Chiefs open up here. 2 receivers at the top, 2 at the bottom. Halfback on the hip. They run a little trickery
here.
Yes, and it is going to get a first down.
And more.
Absolutely. Nice run. Looks like Gregory Ushery was ushered by his offensive linemen and wide receivers to a first down.
So I guess the Chiefs say you are not the only ones, Gladiators, that can do a little bit of trickery here. We open with that. Okay, so they're going to.
As the clock has started, first down and 10 from about the 46 of the Gladiators. And as we mentioned, this offense, it moves with the leadership of AD. This ball is handed off. There's a flag down on the play in the area of holding. And this may come back.
It is holding. So another mistake by the Chiefs.
Which isn't something that you see a lot of from the Chiefs.
Yeah, usually
you don't see that.
Usually they
disciplined team.
That's right. They are a disciplined team.
They'll start this drive after picking up the first down on the Ushery completion. They'll lose 10 here. It'll be a 1st and 20 situation. So here we go. 2 receivers at the top, 2 at the bottom. Halfback on the hip of the quarterback, and he hands off. I believe that's Jones. He's going to pick up 11. Or excuse me, Harris on the carry. T.J. Harris. And he gets that penalty yardage back. He's going to set up a second down. Should be about 9 to go. Snap, handoff to Harris again. He's trying to get around the edge. As he does get around the edge, looks like he's picked up a first down. So we got 13:23 to go here in the third quarter. And the Chiefs are just methodically moving up and down the field as they have been throughout the evening. Led by, of course, the legendary quarterback, Antonio Davis. If you were with us earlier, we spoke about how much of a leader he is. He's in his 46, 47 years old.
47, I think.
And don't be mistaken, that's a lot of wisdom.
And not only that, but he does have great mobility. Now, he was hurt last year and was in a boot there for a while. Didn't finish out the season, but he is back 100%.
He's a former league MVP in 2016, so he knows what he's doing. And here he is with 4 wide receivers at the top of the screen with 1 solo at the bottom.
So do we think it's going to be a pass?
Empty set. He's going to step up and take off. And there's a penalty. He gets down, very smart. He gets down, and we've got an injured Columbus Gladiator at the top of the screen. And he's up now. But there's a flag on the play, and here's the call.
I think it's going to come back.
It's holding. Holding on one of the offensive linemen. And that's the second penalty of this drive. And that puts a damper on a nice gain by AD. So that puts him back. They're going to back this up to their side of the 50. So it'll be about the 49. As we try to sort things out here on the field. Seems to be a little bit of confusion. I'm sure they'll sort that out.
If you'd like to go down, yeah, that'd be fine. I know you probably like, because it's a much better view on the field, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, plus we already got this shot up here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't believe they've sorted it out yet.
Yeah, we see this more frequently than we should. But I guess it's better to talk it over and get it right, you know, than get the wrong call here. But right now it looks, at least it appears, that we've got about third down and 20 from the 49-yard line of the Chiefs.
Not your ideal situation here, but
actually 21. Yeah.
You do the best you can
21.
with what you have. Right now you've got a while to go. So the ball is set. The formation is out. We've got 4 receivers at the top of the screen.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. I actually had the camera angle that's being moved back to the field on the screen.
AD wants his man. Dre Reed went through his hands.
Oh, had it and dropped it.
Wasn't able to come down with it. And that will go down as an incomplete pass on that third down and long. So now it'll be 4th and long, and they'll go for it, perhaps.
Well, one of the things about AD is he also is their punter. So he may drop back and punt the ball. He may throw the ball. By being the punter, he sort of gives them a lot more of a dynamic set there as far as you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that just might be the theme of the entire evening. You just don't know what's going to happen. You got to stay tuned. And I've seen him get back in this position, stay on the field, and actually perform a punt. So
we've got Patrick hanging back and
so this is going to be 4th and 21 still. We're trying to sort this out.
All right, so we've got a 3rd or 4th down. We don't see.
Oh, yeah, 4th down.
It's 4th, and yeah, so they're going to change the.
Yeah, 4th down, 4th and long, which
it's 4th in Marysville.
And they're going to go for this here. AD's back to pass, drops back, steps up, sees a man, has a man, didn't connect. So that'll be a turnover on downs. Columbus Gladiators will get the ball.
And a quick break.
We'll be back.
But it is a beautiful day out here in Ohio for some BCFL football. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the programming.
There's a halfback sweep that didn't go anywhere. Actually lost about 5 yards. Not the way that you want to come out after a turnover on downs if you're Columbus Gladiators, but nonetheless. The Chiefs defense is stepping up. 14-6. As they're trying to keep the momentum on their side, as they were the last team to pay dirt in this contest tonight. They're just trying to keep Columbus off the board. Columbus has had 2 great big plays for touchdowns tonight. So they're looking to try to connect on another one here. 2nd and 16. The quarterback drops back. He's looking for a man. Doesn't have a man, and that ball is picked off.
So there is your turnover.
And that is number 42 for the Cincinnati Chiefs. We've got Marquez Smith, defensive back, with the interception going the other way. And that'll be a turnover on downs, as they had just received a turnover on downs 2 plays ago. They give the ball right back. So here comes Antonio Davis. And he's got good field position on that turnover.
Very good field position, starting at the 49-yard line of the Gladiators. So this is what the Chiefs can do. They'll wear you down if they do anything well. It's they bide their time. They'll take advantage of any mistakes. And this is actually really the first mistake that the Gladiators have made in the way of an interception.
Yes, it was. So we'll see how they respond and try to keep them off the field here.
Nice run.
There's T.J. Harris once again. T.J. Harris has established himself in the second half.
He looked like he was going to get stopped in the backfield. He bounced off the player and managed to get to the end in the corner and get around and pick up.
He's got that swaggy visor. I like that.
You like that?
Oh, yeah. You don't see players get to have fun with themselves out here, and not too much blue-collar football. They let you do it.
So that was we've got a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, about a 6-yard pickup on the first down. As I mentioned, Harris has really established himself in this second half here, setting the tone, helping his quarterback out with a strong run game. You definitely want that. here we are. Cincinnati in their bread and butter formation.
Oh.
Almost.
Hit him in the hands, huh?
Right. Pass incomplete. Looks like it was intended for number 82.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was a case where he was looking where he might make his cut and run, or whether, but it just sort of bounced off his.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where you know you're open and you want to make a move. And you got to see the ball into your hands. When you don't do that, it tends to fall on the ground for an incomplete. So that brings up 3rd and 4 as they come up to the line. Got AD with Harris on his hip. He runs out of the pocket. He can pick up. He's got a lot of landscape in front of him. As he runs out of bounds, smart. He picks up the first down. That's a true veteran move right there, getting out of bounds.
That's right. And what we said, for his age, and he's a very tall individual anyway, but he can certainly pick it up, and he's very mobile. When he's forced out of the pocket, or whether it's by design or whether it's by having to do it, he can pick it up and move.
And, coming into tonight's contest, I was doing a little scouting, and I thought maybe you might be able to get some pressure on him with that interior line. Columbus hasn't been able to take advantage of that tonight. It's 1st and 10 after that first down pickup. Davis hands it off.
Good
Harris
spin.
makes a spin. And he almost gets out of a tackle.
Got a penalty flag down.
Got some laundry on the field. Thrown by one of the back judges in the area of holding. And that's coming back. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. Usually when they get down here, close to the red zone, there seems to be a concentration issue where they get penalties. And they had turnovers tonight. But they can just right the ship. So AD's pleading his case out there.
He does that, too.
He's pleading his case.
So it is a holding penalty. It's going to set back the Chiefs.
We've got 8:36 to go, Rick, here in the 3rd quarter. This is the second drive for the Chiefs in the second half. And this is the second time in the second half where they've been hampered with penalty after getting a good start on the drive.
I don't hear anybody.
Chiefs break the huddle here. After that penalty, it's 1st and 12. Harris has had a good series here. You may want to look for him to come off tackle. Instead, they pass, and he hits his receiver, who tries to make a man miss, but he's down after the catch there.
Just short of the first down.
Now, I have 7 as a kicker, and I don't believe that's who that would be. However, what do I know? This is unpredictable football, blue-collar football here. So 7 may be a kicker, but either way, he's a good receiver, athletic catch. He's almost able to pick up the first down. This is 2nd and short, 2nd and 3. Chiefs are trying to move into the red zone for the second time in the second half. Well, for the first time in the second half, excuse me. 2nd and 3, handoff to Harris.
That's first down.
Harris has the first down. There's some activity after the whistle there by both players.
Got a little bit of...
And 70 may have came up lame after that. Talk about adding insult to injury.
Yeah, that might be more of a cramp, I think.
Hopefully he gets right up. That'll be a timeout. 7:21 to go.
Yeah, we got a injury timeout here. You're listening to Campus Nation, your internet sports authority. We'll take a break here.
Fries for 316, please. Thank you.
David, what's going on?
Oh, hey. That's it?
Yeah. Everybody, 2 seconds.
Dear Sebastian, after careful consideration of your application, it is with great pleasure that congratulations on your acceptance.
Through the Tuition Assistance Program, every day McDonald's helps more people go to college. It's part of our commitment to being America's best first job.
All right, we're back live from Celtic Stadium in Dublin, Ohio, home of the Dublin Jerome Celtics. Beautiful stadium here, beautiful facility, and a beautiful evening for football. We had a little bit of sprinkles, but the sun has come out. We've got some great sunshine. We were able to return our camera person, Patrick, down to the field. And so we're able to give you at least our two-camera view here. Typically, we like to have at least two cameras, but sometimes we'll do 3 or 4. It just depends on how many interns we have. Right now, we've got a 14-6 lead by the Columbus Gladiators, but the Chiefs are on the drive.
Yes, they are. Looking to try to tie this ball game up with a score and a 2-point conversion as they break the huddle, 1st and 10. And this is going to be a red zone play from here on out. 2 receivers at the top, 2 at the bottom. Running back on the left side of the hip of the quarterback. And that running back is Harris. As he tried to elude a man, he picks up a small gain. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. You may want to take a shot here if you're Davis.
Well, and that's what he's been doing. You notice, and this is AD. He will lull you into this, okay, they're going to run the ball, they're going to run the ball, they're going to run the ball, and then he's into the corner there for a TD.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here which receiver he hits. There'll be none. There'll be a handoff to Harris. Harris has a man.
Still on his feet.
Had a man he tried to beat.
I think he's got a 1st down, doesn't he?
Got him by the ankle. It's a 1st down. He had reservations for 6 on that run. But it will bring up a 1st down.
So they're going to move the chains. Got to wake up the chain, guys. He was going to pull him along. Wake up. All right, so 1st and goal. Once again, this has been a methodical drive by the Chiefs.
Yeah, like you said, let it lure you to sleep. Hit you with something quick here.
Yeah, and AD doesn't like to work in much closer to the end zone here, so he's probably going to pick a spot.
Goes outside the pocket. He's got a man. If he can get up, he's down at the 1. That's number 7 once again.
Knocking on the door.
It's 2nd and goal. The Cincinnati usually, when the field shrinks, do they have issues scoring, or is it?
Well,
power football.
AD is at his best when he's about 20 yards out, and he can go to the corners.
A bit more room to operate.
And no, we're not keeping yardage.
See, I can project.
Had a fan here wanted to know if we were keeping yardage. Sometimes we do. It just depends on how many people we've got at our fingertips here. All right. See if they can push this in.
2nd and goal.
AD's taking it.
Touchdown. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Like I said, AD is not afraid to get a few bumps and bruises here, and he's taking it in.
And that makes the score 14-12. Looking to tie it up here with a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, this will be an important 2-point conversion because this literally will tie up the ball game.
And for those of you who don't already know, the day is not complete until Rick Phillips elbows me in the eye at some point, which he just did.
Yeah.
So we're clear.
Got those Bill Cartwright elbows.
That's right.
It's a daily occurrence, folks. 5 stars on Yelp.
All right, so we're going for 2. We're going to try to tie this up. It's 14-12, but the Chiefs, once again, are going for the 2-point conversion.
AD's calling out the play there to his wide receiver who just received the touchdown pass. He's going to hit a receiver. The ball was broken up. And that's the second time they've gone for 2 and it's come up incomplete. So that leaves the score 14-12 with 3:51 to go in the third quarter. And you're watching Blue Collar Football here on the Campus Nation Internet Sports Authority.
Seeing McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu.
Can I have a they never feed you at those things meal, please? I'm starving. Please be candy. Please be candy. Earrings. Darn it.
So you said 5 cheeseburgers and 5 McChicken for $1 each?
Yes, exactly. Thanks. I'm back. Okay, what did I miss?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, figures.
Thanks.
Build whatever meal you want with favorites on McDonald's new $1, $2, $3 menu.
And we are back.
All right, we're back here on Campus Nation. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to get me some McDonald's tonight. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to hit them up.
Definitely getting hungry.
A little Big Mac. Got a Big Mac attack.
They got the 2 for $5.
Is Big Mac bacon? Is that still a Big Mac?
Yeah, Big Mac, quarter pounder with cheese.
With bacon?
Fish fillet.
No bacon.
No
bacon. That's not a Big Mac.
Just a quarterback. No.
Well, that'd be the extra Big Mac.
You're right.
Bacon is a whole nother food group here.
Oh, boy. Here's the kickoff. And this is going to be returned. He's got a blocker. Nice hit. Wasn't able to really spring anything off of that.
We got a
There's
penalty flag.
down. But they're hitting. And it's June. It's not mini camp hits.
No.
It's not a spring game hit. This is real-time action. Blue collar style. There's a flag down.
So what do we think this is?
Holding.
Yeah.
And
it is.
That'd be a block in the back. That's what they're calling. They're calling a block in the back.
Bottom line is the Gladiators will start out deep in their territory.
Yes, they will. Not where you want to go.
No, especially since the Chiefs now have a little more incentive to put some pressure on you.
Yeah, there's been an interception in the first.
Quite the recovery here.
Yeah, and this second half has brought Columbus Gladiators no momentum. They've had an interception, and they haven't been able to convert on anything coming out of the locker room, which is something that we talked about, keeping the momentum. And will you be able to, make the adjustments and keep Columbus or keep the Cincinnati defense guessing? And you haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to. You don't want to come out flat, and that thus far Columbus has. So
they'll start. Looks like this ball is going to be marked. They're marking it now.
I don't think anyone knows exactly yet.
It's like the 15.
Should be. It looks like the
10. Yeah, it's the 10.
All right, so they've got a 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line, deep in their territory.
They've got trips to the right of the quarterback. Until now, they've got Valentine in motion, and he's looking the opposite direction.
Ah, good hit. It's waved off, so that wasn't a completed pass.
Yeah, the pass was intended for his wide receiver, wasn't able to hang on.
He was a little too wide for receiving.
It's a good one.
Dun-dun-dun.
Second down.
I would be the one that would be too wide for receiving.
Play football in your day, Rick?
At one point, I did a little bit of quarterbacking.
Look at that.
They said I was like Brian Sight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you're a Cleveland fan, so you know Brian.
I do. Cardiac kid. 2nd and 10 from the 11. They're going to sweep it, and it was a hard sweep. And that is Vinny Harris with the initial hit.
Wow.
And he's got a little help from his friends here. They got a nice hit on the quarterback.
Got a couple of Chiefs that are down. I don't know if we've got.
Yeah, it was a collision.
Almost looked like.
Rough.
It was definitely a collision there.
We're going to go to a commercial.
Yeah, we'll take a commercial break. We've got a official timeout because of. This is a 60. Okay, good.
Right on, bud. Have a good one. Bye.
It's okay.
I am so sorry. There was a lot of traffic.
Coming back. And we back.
All right, we are back early, but we are underway. Columbus starting, or they've got a 3rd and 18 on their 3-yard line.
Quarterback drops back, and he doesn't have anybody. He's under duress. Somehow or another, he escapes. Like Houdini in a phone booth. He get out of there.
Yeah, he did.
And he was able to make a little something out of nothing, but it's going to bring up a 4th and long, and they'll be in punting situation. And
there's going to be a lot of pressure on this punt, too.
Yes, it will be.
This is a great opportunity for Cincinnati.
Pressure. Bust pipes. And Columbus pipes. Looks like they may have been burst.
Do we know any plumbers?
No plumbers. At least not in Columbus.
But this is what you're fearful of if you're Columbus Gladiators, coming out flat in the second half after an unexpected first half with 4 turnovers. You've seen it. You've seen many games turn out to be this way. Here's a punt deep in their own end zone, and that's not going to.
Delay of game? Or they call a timeout?
Let's see.
It looked like he said that there was a timeout called because they were going to get a delay of game penalty, and they didn't want to back him up to where he was.
Yeah, timeout Columbus.
Having to stand outside the end zone. All right. So Columbus takes a timeout.
So we'll take a timeout.
We'll take a timeout.
Is a bag. But for Steve, this bag gives him food cred. Because now everyone knows that when they have that craving, or they're just looking for the perfect deal, well, they just need to follow Steve.
Enjoy your favorites from McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu, like any size soft drink for $1 and a 6-piece chicken McNuggets for $2.
And we're back here at Campus Nation, the Internet Sports Authority, at the game of the week between Columbus Gladiators hosting the Cincinnati Chiefs. Columbus is holding on to a 2-point lead here in the late minute and 35 seconds of the third quarter. They're going to be punting from their own end zone. Valentine sprints off the field.
2 undefeated teams, and it's lived up to its hype as far as the game. Nice punt under the circumstances.
Dre Reap watches it bounce before getting on it.
And he is going.
He makes a few men miss. He's coming back. And he is going to be tackled after.
Looks at the 35.
An exciting run back.
That was kind of a dangerous snatch there. I was afraid that.
He's playing with fire.
Yeah.
But he was able to corral the catch and come down and make a few people miss.
So once again, the Chiefs are in excellent field position.
Absolutely.
They're going to start off with the ball on, what about the 34-yard line for the 1st and 10.
And with AD working his magic in the second half, I expect him to take advantage of that.
And he definitely likes to work in this area of the field. So we'll see what he's got in store, what he's got up his sleeve.
What kind of preparation AD he's got going on?
She's here all week. All right?
That's right.
If y'all don't already follow me on Facebook, you should. You can see my commentary all week long.
Hand off to Harris here.
Nice run. Nice. Oh, we got a penalty.
And you know where that's in the area of.
That's in the area of holding.
You got it, Rick. AD,
He's
not happy.
pleading his case. You know, he acts like, come on.
He's the judge and the jury.
Yeah, that's right. The judge, jury, and cheerleader. I can just hear him now.
Tell him, AD.
Animated to the max.
He's the defense, the prosecution. He's everything.
Got to play.
He's the eyewitness.
So this is going to be a penalty against the Chiefs, and it is being stepped off. Much to the chagrin of Antonio Davis, but he's still gapping out there.
They bring that back 10 yards. But this has happened, though, on previous drives in the second half, and they were able to overcome each and every single penalty.
Yeah, this is not any big deal to them. First and 20, and they are still on the right side, meaning the Gladiator side of the 50-yard line. So,
and like you said, the more room to operate, the better, more surgical he is. This is 1st and 20. A little play action fake.
Good
AD
fake.
steps up in the pocket looking for someone.
They weren't fooled, though.
And that play is going to be dead. He's going to get sacked. Short loss.
Now that is going to need some ointment.
So he faked the handoff. Gladiators were not fooled at all.
Yeah, Justin Walker and company in on the tackle there on the sack. He'll get credit for that.
And as if you couldn't get enough Campus Nation on our website, visit our Facebook page.
That's right. We're on Facebook.
Like.
So just a short 2nd and 23 here.
Not
All of
much.
the 47. AD's just giving himself more room to work.
That's it. That's all he's doing.
Got to get them corner passes in.
Have we got a timeout on the field or what?
Looks that way.
Yeah, maybe official timeout. No one's been charged it. Oh, 15 minutes. That was the end of the third quarter.
Oh, okay.
Let's
So
take a
we
break
are
here.
into the fourth quarter. We'll be back. This is CampusNation.com, your internet sports authority.
Having such a great time.
We could tell a humble origin story and discover conveniently placed sacks of coffee. We could show a selection of models holding cups up to their faces. We could use slower shots of Arabica beans. We could see a trendy artisan taking coffee way too seriously. We could use an abstract dance routine to romance our milk. We could create an epic blockbuster and crowbar our product into it. We could do all that.
But we don't. What we do is use freshly ground Arabica beans and organic milk. McCafe. Great tasting coffee. Simple.
We're back.
And we welcome all those fans out in Fanland that are watching Campus Nation. And we have a 14-12 Columbus Gladiators lead over the Cincinnati Chiefs. Chiefs still with the ball. They've got a 2nd and 23 from the 47-yard line of the Gladiators. So it'll be interesting to see if they can. I don't know that he will try to get it all in this play, but he may try to at least have it. We're in 4th down territory. I can tell already by the Chiefs. I know how they operate.
Absolutely. So here's a shotgun snap. Hits a man right before the 40, right around the 40-yard line.
So as we said, he got about half of it.
Slow but steady can still win the race.
Yeah, and if they do nothing more than, even if they have to turn the ball back over to the Gladiators, it's as good as just about any punch you're going to get.
That's Khalid Ali on the catch there.
So 3rd and 17 from the 40-yard line of the Gladiators.
So we've just got this fourth quarter underway.
I think the big mistake Columbus doesn't want to make is trying to just delay this game and get it over with running the clock out, because the Chiefs will take advantage of that. So they need to still be relatively aggressive, especially in their play here, if they're going to keep these Chiefs from getting into the end zone again.
3rd and 17 snap. He doesn't have a man.
Ooh,
he overthrew his guy.
Good.
And there's an interception by
And
number
he is still
29
up.
for the Gladiators.
I'm getting a replay of that right now, y'all.
Well, you can
And
see
I just
that.
said y'all.
Well, if you can see that, that's 29, Devin Yarborough. That's one of the Yarborough boys.
And once again, I think that if nothing more, at least it was a good punt in the sense
good
that,
punt, right.
as far as turning the ball back over to the Gladiators. So we've got a 1st and
That's
10.
turnover you can live with.
That's right, from the 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm. So that's the 5th turnover today.
Yeah, it's going to be up to the Chiefs' defense to shut this down and get that ball back.
And this isn't unfamiliar territory for them to shut it down in the second half.
They're not used to being down at all in the fourth quarter. That's for sure.
But this is one of the premier defenses here in the Blue Collar Football League. So if there's a defense out there that needs a stop, you should have confidence in this here Cincinnati Chiefs defense to get the job done and get the ball back for their legendary quarterback. So Columbus takes over here, 1st and 10 on their own 9. Trying to get a little breathing room here. They haven't really had a lot to get going in the second half. We'll see what happens here. Quarterback scrambles out to the left, and he doesn't have anything. Benefuti loses a yard or 2.
Well, we talked about defense, and they were coming.
It's Vinny Harris and company. Number 18 out there playing left end. He's relentless.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 15. The ball is on the 4-yard line. Once again, Columbus does not want to dig themselves a hole.
You want to watch that pressure at the top of the screen there. That's Vinny Harris coming around the edge. And number 11, right up the middle. And 18, Vinny Harris gets the strip sack fumble. And there's a touchdown. Number 44. Cincinnati is on the board. They take the lead.
Just like that, it's a turnover, and it results in a touchdown from that strip.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but Vinny Harris looked like he was coming off the edge. He had a little help from his friend, number 11. Looks like that's Anthony Berry. And they come together.
Just like that, the Cincinnati defense turns this game around. It's 18-14 now. Cincinnati in the lead.
Yeah, they come together, conspire on the quarterback, and have a meeting. They take that ball away and get the lead there, Rick.
Man,
and just like that, 18-14, like you said.
So they're going to go for 2, it looks like.
Want to make it at least a score game in case there is another touchdown by Columbus. You don't want them to get up on you, so go ahead and go for 2.
13 minutes. But the problem here is we've not seen much action from Columbus in the second half. So
the run
they're
game's
really
gone.
Yeah, they're going to have to get motivated here because now they can't just sit back and burn time off the clock. It'll be to their detriment.
You think that's probably what they were looking into coming in the second half. We've got a comfortable lead. Let's not do things to get the lead out. And they weren't able to do enough.
And that's really their first major mistake of this game, and that was the strip and the touchdown.
The Chiefs really don't let up. I feel like they always come back stronger in the second half.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. That was going to be the case. Snap.
Antonio
quarterback
Davis.
Keeper. Will they say he's in? They'll be 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions tonight.
So good stop on the part of the Gladiators. And Antonio Davis stopped just before the goal line.
Great effort by the quarterback Davis. But they are calling it unsuccessful try.
So your score is 18-14. The Cincinnati Chiefs over the Columbus Gladiators. Ball's going to go back to Columbus with 13:01 remaining in this game.
That was Zach Sparks on the touchdown recovery from the Vinnie Harris strip sack. Vinnie Harris is on a tear as of late, and that does nothing but add and pad his stats for this week.
Thank you for tuning in to Campus Nation for the coverage of the BCFL this Saturday evening at the Jerome Celtics Stadium, or Celtics, excuse me, Celtics. Let me say it right. In Dublin, Ohio.
The Lucky Stadium. That's what you can say.
The Lucky the Celtics.
Four-leaf clover.
Beautiful stadium. Nice track.
Great bathrooms.
That's right.
That's important. That's important.
State of the art. Columbus back to receive for the kickoff. And that kickoff is a short one. Picked up by Yates. Or James Fields, excuse me. He returns it back close to the 40. Columbus has got to get something going. They've got to try to get the ball downfield. Besides that trickery play at the end of the first half, I haven't really seen them be able to put the ball in the air successfly.
No, and most
gain yards.
And of course, their scoring has been over turnovers. So from an offensive standpoint, their offense has not put points on the board. So, you know, this is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. We've got a 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line, and all the pressure now on Columbus. And what they have to be most careful of is that they don't make a mistake and turn this ball back deep in their territory over to Cincinnati.
Well, the defense was teeing off on the last possession, so they've got a lot of confidence here coming into this first down. 1st and 10, Columbus's own 35-yard line. And it looks as though we've got a change in quarterback. Number 15, Victor Graham, has taken the helm for Columbus Gladiators now. He's coming in.
Don't think he picked up anything, did he?
No. He may have gotten a yard, if that.
Maybe mixing it up a little bit.
They might be.
Give them the edge they need.
But they're definitely looking for an answer here. But I believe Ford just came back out, so Benefuti has back to gain his position back out there.
Well, this game has been a journey, and they're living on a prayer. So let's go.
Let's hope that they can.
It's a great song. 2nd and 10. Benefuti goes back. He's got a man. He hits Valentine. If he can keep his feet, he may have picked up a first down, but he'll stumble short of that and get 8. Very nice design play out of the backfield.
David Poole of the Chiefs, head coach there, wasn't too happy with that.
I can hear him now cheering on his guys.
Well, he obviously thought they had him deep. They could put some pressure on it, and perhaps we've got our cameraman. He's all over the place tonight, isn't he?
Getting a workout. See you, Patrick.
Patrick always looking for those best camera angles.
He is literally running with the camera right now.
Go get him.
Love it.
3rd and 2. They're trying to convert. Columbus is. Here's some pressure, and he's got a hit. Hits his man. Number 2, he's short of the first down. He had some blockers out in front of him, but wasn't able to pick up the first.
Yeah, good defense on the part of the Chiefs. Very stingy.
Extremely selfish.
Clock running with 11 minutes remaining in this game. About a half-yard short of the first down.
Well, we're very lucky and blessed to have the help of our interns, Patrick Young and Derek Robinson, tonight.
It's an honor. Thank you so much.
And as always, Rick Phillips and yours truly, Sydney Alexis.
Tonight we're not going to WLW 700, the big one in Cincinnati. We won't be on the American Truckers Network tonight. We won't be broadcasting to 38 states and parts of Canada. We'll be taking the night off since we're in Columbus,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever will we do?
Columbus.
We will be going to McDonald's still, though.
Right.
That's right. I want to go.
So we got a timeout here. Timeout with 10:23 remaining in the game. We'll take a break. We'll hear from our friends at McDonald's.
Okay.
And we are back.
Yeah, we're back, and the timeout was an official timeout, and they were going to take a measurement. No, it is short. It's short, and it's accurate. It's about a half a yard short.
So, big decision here with 10:23 left for Columbus. They're going to go for it.
Yeah,
But what do you do?
I don't think you have much choice. Well,
But what do you do? This defensive line is very stout.
Quarterback sneak?
No.
Yeah?
That defensive line has been stout, and they've been proving that. I think you got to do something to maybe a little play action to maybe kind of deceive, them slightly. We'll see what happens.
Fake it.
Yeah.
So some trickery again. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, he's not under center, so obviously this is not going to be a sneak.
Unless they're really that sneaky.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sneaky.
Valentine's
Now he's going under center.
Okay.
So see there?
There's a sneak.
And I'm right.
Look at Rick
Look at that.
coming through, as always.
Oh my gosh, there's like
How
40
could we-
people down. Everybody just pile on in the middle.
So the question is forward progress is a first down from where they're indicating?
That's going to be close. That is going to be close. What a call there.
It is a first down. Well, yeah, the trickery obviously was that it didn't look like he was going to be under center, so you wouldn't expect that there's going to be a quarterback sneak. But at the last minute, he went under center, and they bowled their way forward. And that Columbus front line is pretty big, so he had all the help that he needed to get that ball into a first down situation.
Once again, Rick, you're batting 1,000.
Well, this is an yeah. Well, I only had two choices. Still are talking things over. I don't understand.
Because it was close.
How close or far
It
could
was
it really
really
be?
close.
Are they gonna measure?
Again?
I don't think so.
If so, we're going to commercial again. Well, it looks like we're going to measure.
Wow, they are.
Okay.
All right, so
All
there
right.
there is a measurement. I am going to zoom in on this one.
Just zoom in.
This. I get the guys that hold the chains a little love.
And here's your measurement,
Oh,
and it
that's
is
first
no
down by a
question.
mile. All right.
Yep.
No doubt. No doubt.
That was at least a yard. So you saw it as we zoomed in on it.
You saw it first here on Campus Nation.
Well, Columbus Gladiators are trying to march back after coming out in the first half and putting it together.
Yeah, it was all Columbus really the first half. Cincinnati just kept shooting themselves in the foot, but it's been all Cincinnati basically this second half.
Tables have turned. It's 1st and 10 here on their own 42, Columbus's. Been a few back to pass. He's looking for a receiver. Scrambles out the pockets. Throws downfield. He's got a man, but it's been broken up.
That was close to being
Cincinnati's
intercepted.
Dre Reap. Unable to connect on that Columbus connection there. So that brings up a 2nd and 10. You've seen a few passes downfield from Columbus, but none other than the one at the end of the first half by the halfback. That's been the most highlighted one. Quarterback hasn't really been able to connect with his wide receivers downfield tonight. They had a solid run for a touchdown earlier, and then they were able to get on the board with a pick 6. Other than that, the offense has been stagnant.
So it's a 2nd and 10, ball on the 46. All quarterback.
And he got nowhere. 21.
I don't even know if he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Andre Bryant. Well, that would be actually Aaron Moore on the tackle. Aaron Moore had a nice play a few weeks ago in a game where the play was called back. He scored on a touchdown, and he wasn't able to celebrate with his friends in the end zone. They brought it back. But nonetheless, he's up there to make the stop for the Cincinnati Chiefs.
We got a timeout? All right, so a timeout. We will be back after this brief message from McDonald's.
Let's go, folks.
Oh, gosh, I think it'd be a really good time.
I'll be falling together. No. We're not celebrating.
All right, and we're back. Welcome to Campus Nation. You're just now tuning in or enjoying this great programming.
We come back to some confusion.
Another timeout. This one charged to the Cincinnati Chiefs as they're down to 1 timeout left here, or 2 timeouts, excuse me, in the second half. They must have saw something on the offensive side.
They didn't like it. That's the only thing I can figure. Or they were looking to see what kind of a...
Do you guys have interest in the NBA Finals?
Go ahead and give us a score.
I'm just saying.
You got a score?
I don't have a score, but there was a game last night. I was just wondering if you guys were interested in that. But
Have the Bruins wrapped up hockey?
I don't know.
Not quite sure what the NHL has to do with the NBA. But
Well, Sydney's Tampa Bay Lightning got lit up by
Columbus.
Yeah.
But then they got lit up.
Well, they didn't get lit up. But of course, it wouldn't be bad if you lose to the Stanley Cup champion Boston Bruins. So we'll have to check that and see where Boston is here.
Boston. Annoying people since 1906.
All right, we're back to action here.
Sorry to anyone who lives in Boston.
3rd and 9. Benefuti goes back to pass under duress.
Oh, wow.
And he got familiar with Vinny Harris once again.
Cincinnati defense.
Celebrating on the sack. 2nd sack of the day.
Sacks on sacks on sacks. He's living on Saks Fifth Ave.
Yeah. Saxy. Vinny Harris getting a lot of love. Getting familiar with the quarterback there. Forces a 4th and 15. And that's going to bring out the punting unit with 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Back deep to receive the punt will be Dre Reap for Cincinnati. He's an electric returner. At least that's what he's shown us tonight. Being able to elude tacklers and make catches for his quarterback. Pressure, but the ball is
good punt.
Punted, lands inside the 30, right at the 30. Cincinnati will take over here on the Campus Nation Internet Sports Authority. I'm Derek Robinson. I'm here with Rick Phillips. We have Sydney. We have Patrick.
We have the BCFL.
Yeah, Boston is trailing St. Louis 3-2. So they're going into Game 6
tonight.
Tonight, 8 o'clock. So it's already underway. I don't have a score yet.
Interesting.
And we also have action here in the Blue Collar Football League tonight, correct? Other than this game, we've got 3 other games?
Yeah, we've got 3 other games that are...
Slash hasn't sent us any updates yet. So.
No, he usually will try to get some updates to us, but he may be embroiled in his own game there.
I believe there's a Dukes game going on, right?
Cincinnati takes over here with 7:30 left in the fourth, and
they're going to keep it on the ground here.
Has kept it on the ground, as you mentioned, to pick up 13. That was a very nice, tough run. T.J. Harris is getting close to 100 yards in this game, if not already there.
So the Kings Comets, they're on a bye week. The Dayton Hornets, 0-3, are at the Tri-State Saints, 0-3. Butler County Broncos, 2-1 at the Cincinnati Dukes, 1-2. Southern Ohio Blaze, 2-0 at the Marion County Crusaders, 2-1. And, of course, our game tonight, Cincinnati Chiefs and Columbus Gladiators, they're both 3-0. So
right now, the Chiefs are
they're in the driver's seat.
18-14 Gladiators, so we're going to see what happens.
Not a lock yet. We still have 6.5 minutes remaining in this game.
Anything can happen.
First down and 10.
If you just believe.
There's another run up the gut. Small gain.
I don't think they're going to have Antonio Davis making any passes unless they absolutely have to.
Last time I said that, though,
I know. We got burned, didn't we?
I got burned, so let me stop that.
We are not psychics, okay?
Well, I'll guarantee you it's not going to be a quarterback sneak.
This is a beautiful night for football.
It is. It's a perfect night. There's no humidity. It's a slight breeze, enough to keep things cool.
No rain.
Yep, the rain has
gone
away.
There was a light drizzle earlier, but it's gone.
And it's not as overcast as it was earlier. Lights have obviously been on.
This is the game of the week, and it's living up to the hype, like you said.
It definitely is, yeah.
18-14. Chiefs have the lead
and Derek,
the ball.
It's June.
It's June, baby. That's right. I'm loving it. Not mini camp, not a spring game, but a real game. They're hitting. Oh, boy. That's blue-collar football.
So no gain on the play. It's a 3rd and 7. We are on the 46-yard line. Still in Chiefs territory, but they are not in any hurry to put the ball in the air unless they absolutely have to.
As you shouldn't be. Like I said, four or 5
they're in the
turnovers.
Driver's seat. Yeah, they're in the driver's seat.
You don't want to risk that, So definitely keep the ball on the ground or maybe a short pass, but keep the clock moving is more importantly. You want to do that. Keep the clock moving.
And the clock is moving with 4:45 remaining in this game.
And Columbus only has the 1 timeout, so they can only stop the clock 1 more time.
Yeah, they better save that.
There's a timeout, speaking of.
Baby, hit me one more time.
So that's a Chiefs timeout, or is?
That is a Chiefs timeout.
Right.
They have 1 left.
All right.
Let's take a commercial then.
Let's go.
Paying way too much money for your game video? Zoom has all the tools you need to analyze and exchange game video like the pros. We've been working with officials for years now, and due to our successful growth, I'd like to announce our new video analysis program for elite level football coaches. Hi, I'm Andy with Zoom, and while other companies have been raising prices, we've been creating a better solution for less money. Our elite video analysis tools are priced far below our competition's, ranging from $500 to $600 per team, depending on the size of your league, all the way down to $400 for coaches-only access. But just because the price is low doesn't mean you lose all of the great features that you've come to expect. You can draw on the screen, tag, clip plays, add voiceovers, and you can even create training and quizzing modules, all while tracking who.
We're back. We are live.
We've got 2 sets of wide receivers at the top of the screen. And at the bottom, running back to the right of the hip, the quarterback. He escapes out. kept the ball, gets to midfield, setting up a 4th and 3.
And at this point, I would say more than likely, well, if I was a betting man, I would say that they're probably going to punt. You know, once again, Antonio Davis will do the punting, so
he's coming off the field right now.
So they may just
just getting to play. He's just getting to play him.
And he's got a slight limp, so I hope it's not his punting leg.
They're going to go for it.
Antonio Davis, he may be doing that on purpose. He may be acting like he's a little hurt here.
The old Jim Brown, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's got that old-time religion.
Now, the Chiefs are coming to the line, but it doesn't look like... Okay, so we've got the Gladiators have their...
Yeah, they may be going for it here with leaning on their defense to close out the game. So if they can't pick up a first down, that's probably what they'll do. And
he was on him. He was on him.
Yeah.
And there was a ref right there, and he said, no deal. So I guess he considered that good coverage.
That's an incomplete pass there. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, it appeared that he hit him before the ball got there. But nevertheless, we've got 3:29 remaining in this game, and it gives new life to the Gladiators. They've got to put something together. They haven't been able to do that so far. Really have not, when it comes to offense, been very offensive any part of the game. It's all been defense that has scored their points.
They've been given gifts all day long, and that right there was a gift by the referees, not giving the go-ahead call to the Cincinnati team. So we'll see what they can do here with that gift and see if they can turn it into some points. They've got Valentine in motion going across the quarterback's face as a snap. He's hit his running back out of the back with the flag down. Short pickup. Completion to James Fields. Looks like that's going to come back. And it will be a hold against Columbus.
Penalty they could ill afford.
So that's going to bring them back 10 yards.
So the ball is on the 42.
It's like a 5-yard penalty.
All right, 1st and 18 from the 42-yard line of the Columbus Gladiators.
There's a man in motion here, Fields. Uses him as a decoy. He throws an interception.
Right, intercepted.
That pass is picked off as he was trying to get more yards down the field. And maybe what they needed, that would be Chaz Morton Dukes with the big play.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this game, and that was not what the Gladiators wanted to do.
Not at all.
What will happen next?
Well, I will tell you one thing. It will not be put up in the air by the Chiefs unless they just absolutely have to.
This has been...
This
has been the same story in the first half for Columbus. It's been turned over. The tables have been turned.
Right.
The turnovers have happened for Columbus. They have no momentum. They can't get the offense going. Not that they were able to do it, but in the crunch time, when you have just a little bit of a breathing room, you got to be able to execute.
Now, Antonio Davis, as he walked onto the field again, he was favoring a leg. So he may have a little bit of pain in one leg. He's coming up to the quarterback position, and he may not be feeling the greatest, but he's going to
finish strong.
Yeah, ball's handed off.
He's taking some hits today.
And, of course, he had that leg injury last year that kept him out the rest of the season. So hopefully he hasn't done anything to re-injure anything.
Yeah, he's battle-tested. 2:27 here to go. trying to hold on with this 4-point lead and get out of here with a 4-0 record here at the midway point of the Blue Collar Football League. It's 8 games, right?
Yeah.
8 regular season games?
Well, there's 10.
There's 10?
Yeah. All I can say is I hope that when I'm as old as Antonio Davis that I'm as in good a shape. What are you looking at me for, Sydney?
Anyway, on June 22nd, Rick Phillips will turn 66 years old.
Oh,
so.
Why did you say that?
Just so everyone knows. Send him a happy birthday card. Maybe some money in there. I don't know. A gift card to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Or McDonald's. That would work.
Ice and Family McDonald's. Our sponsors. Hit us up. Free merch.
So is this a kind of timeout that we got here? No one has indicated that either team has called timeout.
It's like an official timeout.
I love when no one really knows who called the timeout.
Well, I know. It's a 2nd and 8. The ball is on the 31.
It's like a meeting of the officials here.
Yeah, they're just all sort of, is that a ball? Is that a football? Yeah, that looks like a football. It's not a rugby ball, is it?
I mean, the
no,
emotions
it's
are
football.
higher than an Adele CD track. I mean, it's crazy.
So that almost looked like they were getting ready for a rugby scrum there. They were all going to get down. But anyway, we're back to, I guess you could say, live action here.
It's about to get live. Minute and 59 seconds left in the game. Chiefs at 18. Gladiators
that was a 2-minute warning. That's what that was.
Yeah, you're right. That is exactly what it was.
So here
I'm glad we figured that out.
There we are. 2nd and 8. AD's in the shotgun, handing off.
Whoa,
that's Harris.
Big hole.
And Harris was able to pick up a nice gain, getting closer and closer to the first down to close this game out.
Yeah, and if they get another first down, it's about all but the shouting, unless there's some kind of a freak turnover here in the waning moments here.
And this contest was definitely worth the waiting for.
Yeah, it's a 3rd and 1. So
we'd also like to give a quick thank you to our sponsors at the No Fly Zone Sportswear Apparel.
Yeah, they help these teams get their unis.
So 3rd and 1. If Columbus can come up with a big stop here, they'll be facing an even bigger situation with the 4th and short. This ball was handed off, wanting to be handed off.
Antonio's
and
got
hobbled. Antonio Davis was able to will his team to a first down. He's getting up slowly. He might just be playing around, like you said. He's having some fun out there.
Yeah.
And he's celebrating. And that makes it 48 seconds left, and looks like Columbus won't use their last timeout here.
They're probably not going to try to stop the clock. It would take one miracle. I mean, they're only 4 points down, but
that should be game.
Yeah, Antonio's.
There's hugs and handshakes going on, and this game is going to come to a conclusion.
I'd like to see someone do a little jig. And the Irish spirit, like a leprechaun jig.
So there's going to be a knee here. Victory formation here.
Victory it is.
And time has run out. The final score, your Cincinnati Chiefs 18, your Columbus Gladiators 14. The Cincinnati Chiefs now are 4-0. Gladiators dropped to 3-1. Great game on Campus Nation.
Thank you for joining us on Campus Nation, your internet sports authority. It's been a pleasure having you. Our interns, Patrick Yen on camera, Derek Robinson on play-by-play, Rick
Thank you
Phillips,
for having us.
And myself, Sydney Alexis.
So what do you think? What are your assessments of this game?
Well, this game
it lived up to it, didn't it?
This game was hard fought, and like I said, it was worth the waiting for me. And I had a great experience being up here in the booth. Blue Collar Football League is here to stay. There's a lot of competition out here. There's excellent talent. And I'm looking forward to next week. Now, I may not be with you all, but I'll be watching online, as I expect you all to do that as well. Watch it on every stream, any outlet possible. Support these teams and these players, and support Rick and Sydney for they're doing an outstanding broadcast here live, coming to you on the Campus Nation and Sports Authority Network.
And from the home of the Celtics, right here in Dublin, Ohio, Dublin Jerome High School, we bid you adieu for another game here on Campus Nation, the game of the week. Your final score, once again, the Cincinnati Chiefs 18, the Columbus Gladiators 14.
Have a great night.